it's Sandra. Welcome to another episode of Asexual, my asexual life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. So if you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button below right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying the content, if you found it useful, helpful, insightful in any way, shape or form. Hello, Sam! It's nice to see you. So sorry I'm late on this live stream. If you haven't noticed, I'm putting loads of decorations up for Christmas. And I've got a ladder, which I don't think you can quite know. Luckily, I've got it out of shot, which you can't quite see is that way. And my bed's a bit ruffled and I got stuff everywhere. I got to put these up. So yeah. Thank you for that. You've been waiting ages. Oh, sorry, Sam. I'm really, really sorry. Sorry. Oh, yeah, because I try and do it around 11 if I can, but I had stuff. I mean, if you could see the stuff over there, I had loads of stuff all over my bed. And at the moment, it's just piled all on the chair. And then I've got stuff that's meant to be in my bedroom out in the hallway. And I've got literally presents all down here. I've been wrapping presents and I didn't want to stop because they were all over the bed. And I thought, I've got to get them finished because everything's everywhere. This is my angel's Christmas present. Wow, this is one of them wrapped up. My guinea pig, Angel, is one of her presents. So I have to try and be more punctual next time. But I literally had, oh God, I don't want to crush this decoration. I had so much going on. I had presents all over the bed and I can't leave them all over the bed. At the moment, they're in bags because I've finished my Christmas shopping theoretically today. So that was good. So yeah, there's stuff. I don't want to show it all because my parents watch this channel, but there's stuff all in this bag. So yeah, I've been really busy. So sorry I'm late. You can tell me off later, but yeah. Thank you for waiting. I really, really appreciate that. Anyway, this is a good episode, so it's worth watching. What is the difference between an asexual Christmas and a sexual Christmas? And you might think it's a very, very weird question to ask because everyone's a person, and the people that like Christmas, the people that don't like Christmas, the people that celebrate it do, and the people that celebrate it don't, regardless of sexuality. But that's not what I mean. So, you may remember that I told you on a number of occasions that I used to be with a heterosexual in the past. And my last long-term ex, he offended my dad one day. So basically, I could never go over with him to see my parents because, oops, God, I've got decorations everywhere. So God, I've got sticking tape on my sock. Oh, I've kind of just broken a bit of a decoration, but never mind. So yeah, I had sellotape all over the place. So basically when I was with my heterosexual ex, I couldn't go over and see my parents at the same time as being with him. So I used to see my parents at other times, and I used to spend Christmas with him. So in the heterosexual world, it seems that one of their favorite times to have sex is on Christmas Day. Yeah, exactly. So now you can see where I'm going with this, can't you? So basically, yeah, every Christmas he would look forward to Christmas and we would open presents, and in between having presents, we'd have sex. And so that's what he liked to do. So obviously that was the way I lived my life before. It was it's kind of hard, I think, when anyone's expecting something as well. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of that's what's expected of you to do. And if you remember, if you watched a video a long time ago on my channel, one year he bought me this Santa outfit, which the outfit I looked really good in. I wasn't having a problem with the outfit, but he bought the outfit so I could dress up for him to have sex with him. And so I did do that. I admit that I went through with it and did that. But I felt really like bad because I felt like he should like me for me if he's going to do that, not to dress up as somebody I'm not. And that's why I don't do things like fantasies and role play dressing up and stuff like that. Because some people who have sex, they dress up in nurses' outfits and doctors' outfits and all sorts of other outfits, and they do role play with dressing up. And I hate that. I absolutely can't stand that. And it's not just sexuals that like doing that, the asexuals that have sex, that do participate in sex. Some of them like to do that. And obviously, a lot of asexuals do like cosplay and stuff like that. And I think, if it's not to do with sex and you want to go to cosplay and you want to dress up, then that's fine. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, if you're happy to do that, like, like I like wearing like a dress, for example, sometimes. Like if I like in certain situations I like wearing dresses that I call my princess dress and things like that. So, but even so, I don't think I exactly be like a character, but I could see myself in a Frozen outfit, for example, because I love Frozen. Oh, my parents got me a really nice card. I've got to show you the card. I couldn't believe it. I was so excited. This is from Frozen 2. I haven't seen the movie yet. So this is what my parents bought me, and the words are beautiful. It actually says, "You were born to be amazing." So I was super impressed by that. Just look at that Frozen card. Oh, you want a Starfleet uniform? Yeah, exactly, Sam. I don't think there's anything wrong with dressing up if you want to do that and you're happy with that. But when it's dressing up for sex, I don't like it, because like I could see myself in this Frozen outfit. I wouldn't mind having an outfit like that. It'd be quite nice on me, I think. And you know what I mean? I could see me wearing Disney outfits and things like that. But when it's to do with sex, I think that, when someone's dressing you up for sex, I just feel horrible. I feel like disgusting. I feel like they should be loving me for me, not dressing up so they can get some sexual thrill out of it. Oh, hi Ray, nice to see you. Yeah, so I think dressing up, if you're going out to an event, if it's Halloween, going, all that type of thing, I think that is fine if you like doing that. But I think personally for me, when it's dressing up for sex, I hated that. This outfit he bought me was a Santa outfit, and I looked damn good in it. But of course, it's a short skirt. I think it was a dress. No, it was a dress, but it's a short dress. So of course, a guy gets turned on my back, and it's like he wanted me to have sex in a chair with him, which I did do. And but while I was doing that, I was actually it was the outfit that made me feel like dirty in a way, because it was like, you're making me dress up to have sex. I just can't. I hate that concept, dressing up to have sex. I don't like role playing to have sex. It just makes me feel disgusting. It's because it sexually turns them on. Do you know what I mean? And I don't like that. I'm like, if you want to have sex with me, if I wanted to have sex with you, right now I don't want to have sex with anyone. I can't see me ever wanting sex ever again in my life. But if I ever did, I wouldn't want to dress up. I'd like the person to like my body naturally, not some fake stuff that I was just being for the sake of sex. Do you see what I mean? It's different. Like if I dressed in a Frozen outfit, I'd probably be dressing like that when I went to Disneyland Paris, because I enjoy dressing up and it makes me feel good. But when I'm dressing up for sex, I don't feel good. I feel like he just can't. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I'm not enough. You have to dress me up in this girly way to get a sexual thrill out of it. And it was just disgusting. I mean, he only did that 1 year, bought this outfit, but he also bought this sex game as well, which I never ever played. And when we split up, I gave it to charity. I thought, God knows what the charity shop's going to make of it. And it was, I read the instructions, but I never opened it even. As far as I remember, it was still sealed, as far as I remember. And it was like asking each other questions and then doing sexual acts and stuff like that, depending on what the questions are and the answers to the questions. And so Yeah, we never used it, thank God. I put it in the cupboard, and then when we split up, I'm like, I found it, and I'm like, oh my God, have I still got this? And sent it to a charity shop in a black plastic sack so I could scoot off quickly. So yeah, I'm not comfortable with stuff like that, you know? And I don't do all this frilly knicker stuff and everything like that. Like, I'm a white pants girl. Do you know what I mean? Like, when I was having sex in the past, there was no way that I was gonna buy some sexy lingerie and plump myself up sex. It's a bit like, do you know what I mean? You feel like an animal or something. It's a bit like, let's get you sexually ready or something. I just don't like that. I absolutely hate it. I absolutely hate it. Like, if people are going to cosplay, if people are dressing up because they want to dress up, if people are dressing up because they feel good about it. Like, if I go to the theatre, I dress in a dress to make, because it makes me feel good. But that's like a evening dress type thing, or a party dress. Do you know what I mean? But I've dressed up for Halloween once or twice. But mostly it's with my face and a hat. I did go in a witch's outfit to Deal or No Deal. I was in the audience of Deal or No Deal on a Halloween special, and I specifically hired a witch's costume. And obviously I've got my Ace Fibro Girl outfit, but I am Ace Fibro Girl. That outfit I put together with various bits and pieces to make my outfit up. So that's different. I don't mind doing stuff like that. And I know loads of asexuals like dressing up in stuff to do with television cosplay and, like you said, like Starfleet and everything like that. I think that's good. I do have a Spider-Man outfit. I swing outside your window. Is it a real Spider-Man outfit, Ray? Like, obviously, I love superhero movies. So, I mean, obviously, if an Indian guy was dressed as Iron Man because he wanted to be, then yes, I probably would be very, very more attracted to him because I love Iron Man. Oh, dearie me. But do you know what I mean? It's different when you want to, and it's something that you've dressed up because you enjoy it, than actually dressing up specifically to turn your partner on so he can want sex with you. That's what I hated about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be bought a Santa outfit to have sex. I want to be bought a Santa outfit because I look gorgeous in it, which I did. I looked beautiful in it. But it's like, why spoil it with having sex? Okay, I get an Iron Man for you. Oh, bless you. I need to know the person underneath it. You know? Oh, bless. So, you know what I mean? It's different when someone's doing something to get something out of you. That's what I mean. Do you know what I mean? And I think you can imagine what it's like if someone's dressing you up specifically to have sex with you. It's just gross to me. It just felt disgusting. It's like, no, if you really want to have sex, fine, but because I had it back then, but it's like, I don't want to dress up like this in a little short skirt so you can put your thing in me. It made me feel bad. If you see the person, you won't kiss me. I don't kiss people anyway in outfits, Ray. Honestly, I don't kiss people in outfits. I'd have to know the person underneath anyway. I won't just kiss a person in a superhero outfit. I'll go around Disneyland Paris. There's people dressed up all the time in things, but I don't go around kissing them. I do give them a hug sometimes. Like, I went to Shrek Adventureland in London. Obviously, they've got the characters there from Shrek. They've got people in Shrek costumes. So I'll give them a hug and have my photograph taken with them. But that's the most they get. I don't go around kissing people I don't know because I'm, I'd still be kissing the person's lips even if I had material between it. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm very particular who I kiss. So far, I've only in the last few months, I've only kissed Indian guy. That's it. And a British guy this year is my boyfriend for a time. Yeah, this year earlier on, but that was it. That's 2 people. So yeah, so that's what a sexual Christmas is like. Basically, you have sex on Christmas Day. So that's what my ex used to do, and I think a lot of people like that, because it's like time you've both got off work together, time to relax together, which means you've got time to have sex together. Whereas when this is when you're with a sexual person and you're having sex. And so because they're busy doing their own stuff and then you're busy doing your own stuff. So therefore, it's never, do you know what I mean? It's well, it doesn't really matter to sexuals. If they want sex, it doesn't really matter how, well, it didn't matter how tired my ex was. He never used to have a problem with like tiredness and stuff. He wanted to do that. It's just like that didn't enter into it. Do you know what I mean? So I wear a mask in a nightclub. Yeah, but I won't kiss a person in a nightclub who's got a mask on. I have to know what they look like. I won't kiss, and I don't like kissing a mask anyway. I like kissing lips, not a mask. Do you know what I mean? So that is basically what a sexual Christmas usually looks like, sex. And especially if you don't go and see family, because like I said, my ex didn't speak to my family like after he upset my dad. So I'd have to choose to see him or my parents, and as we were a couple, I saw him. So that was always a bit weird. And so yeah. Oh yeah, that's my elephant. Have you not seen that from when I was a kid? So I've got loads of stuff over from my parents that I've got to get rid of some of it and keep some of it. This is what I had when I was a girl, which I still am. It did used to have a hat on it, and it did used to have a coat on it. Oh, that's my elephant. I might keep my elephant because I like it so much. Oh. I saw it the other day on the street. Oh yeah, I'm always alone on Christmas. All I do is shoot in the garden. Why are you always? Why don't you? Is there no? You must have some friends around there, haven't you, Ray? Oh, I thought you said you work, don't you, at Christmas? Usually, there must be people. Don't you work at Christmas? You said you usually always work, which means that surely there's other staff that you have Christmas lunch with or something. Do you know what I mean? Because you said you're always alone, but you told me you go and do the help out with the dogs, and you still working rescuing dogs on Christmas Day and animals. So don't you have some time with the staff there, like Christmas lunch or something? So yeah. So what does an asexual Christmas look like? So an asexual Christmas, this is what my Christmas is back to now. Doctor told me not to this year. Oh right, okay, yeah. Your health's really suffering, isn't it? Yeah, you've got to really listen to the doctor. Can't you have your kids up for Christmas, or do they always see their mum? Because it'd be nice if you could have. I used to work Christmas Day, have dinner at work, then at dad's, then at friends. What are you doing for Christmas this year, Sam? I don't know if I've asked you. Yeah, so what does an asexual Christmas look like? So my asexual Christmas now is completely sex-free. No having to dress up in a Santa outfit for my ex. Well, not my ex at the time, to have sex with me. Yay! No thinking about sex, no worrying about sex, no having to have sex. Whee! And my Christmas is awesome. So even though I had depression when I was a kid, my parents always made Christmas awesome, and I absolutely love Christmas Day. Hang on a minute, I'll just see what Sam's doing. No trains, Ray, no trainer on strike. Sam, mum's, so she's not alone. I will be working space era though, huh? Oh, that's nice. You're going to see your mum at Christmas. Okay, she's not alone. That's really sweet of you. So the trains are on strike. Yeah, the trains are on strike a lot of the time, aren't they? But I've got an asexual meetup this Sunday, and someone's coming from London, so I'm hoping they're still going to be down for it. Because they've planned it and everything. So hopefully the trains will be fine. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, asexual Christmas. So my asexual Christmas now, and how it was obviously as a child, like my parents made Christmas special. Like even though I had depression throughout most of my childhood, always Christmas Day I absolutely loved. My parents were always awesome on Christmas Day, and they always keep the magic alive. Yeah, like the magic of Santa alive. Seriously, I believed in Santa Claus for a very long time. I still do a bit, to be honest with you. But obviously, Saint Nicholas was a real person, wasn't he? In another country. So, so yeah, I still believe in Santa Claus. Why not? It's good fun. And I love Christmas. I absolutely love Christmas. Not because I'm strictly religious, it's got nothing to do with that, which some people might be a bit shocked about, but because I just love Christmas. I love giving gifts to people. I love giving presents to people. So I mean, yes, it costs money, but I'm very good at getting bargains, actually. I'm very, very good at getting bargains. Like, you'd be surprised. I can't say what they are because obviously my parents watch this channel. Well, my dad watches his channel, but I'm very good, very good. And I like giving gifts. I like and I like receiving. I'm not going to lie to you. I love getting presents. Most of the time, my mum and dad do go above and beyond with presents. Like, I even as a adult, which I'm not really. Oh my god, things are moving in here. See, stuff is precariously balanced. So yeah, my parents usually get me quite a few Christmas presents, like more than most adult people would get, you know? And I usually spread my Christmas presents out throughout the day so that instead of it opening, like most people open their presents like what, 10 minutes, half an hour, something, I take about 4 hours to open them. So I'll do them really slow, and we'll do one each usually. So my mum will have one, like my dad will have one, I'll have one. And I do tend to get my parents quite a few presents because it's just like I like giving presents to people. I just love giving presents, like especially to my parents, because I always had the philosophy when I was a kid, even, that when I got to be an adult in birth certificate age, I would give my parents more presents than when I was a kid, because I wanted to do it backwards, just like I like going younger in age backwards. And living younger backwards. Yeah, I decided that. I thought, no, I'm going to be different. Instead of giving people less presents, like my parents less presents when I get older, I'm going to give them more than I did when I was younger. And it's true, because obviously I remember getting like £2.50 pocket money. There's not much you can buy with £2.50 really on its own. Well, I can still find things to buy with £2.50 that are nice, but do you know what I mean? You can't buy loads of presents for £2.50. And I remember one year, and I bought my mum this sheep ornament, and I used to go around calling it Little Sheep, and it was so darn cute. I absolutely adored it. But when she opened it, she wasn't that impressed like I was. She's like, "Oh, thanks." And I still remember that sheep to this day, and I loved it. And it was a little sheep, and because I didn't have much pocket money, I'd spent all this, like, this is when I was really little. I pretty much spent all my money, because like £2.50 wasn't the pocket money I got when I was even more a little kid. You know, it was less. And I bought this sheep, and I was so excited because I thought it was the most cutest ornament I'd ever seen in my life. And yeah, my mum wasn't that impressed with it. Like, she opened it, it's like, oh, okay, thanks. And I was wanting her to say, oh, this is the most cutest little ornament I've ever had. It's so cute. It's so sweet. It's absolutely beautiful, because I loved it. Its face was gorgeous. Buy myself gifts. I always get what I want. This is good, Ray. I usually buy myself a gift every International Celebrate Being Single Day, which is February the 14th. And take myself out that day as well. On a self date. But last year I went with my asexual friend Andy. We went to Plymouth together to celebrate being single together. So it's good to buy yourself gifts, Ray. Seriously, it's good to buy yourself gifts. Like, I do buy myself some gifts. Like, my favourite thing I've ever bought myself, which is in the January sale actually, and I have it by my bedside because it's a big self-love thing, and I shake it usually at night, is this. This is one of my favourite presents ever in my entire life. Oh, I don't even see that. It's a snow globe with a bear, and it says "I love you" on it. And I shake it, and I usually do this every night before I go to bed. And I just look at it, and it's I love myself, you know. And I actually, when I spoke at the UK Asexuality conference last year, and talked about relationships, at the end I said the most important relationship you have is with yourself. And that I buy myself gifts, and this is one of the gifts I bought myself. And I say, I shake it, and every night then I look at it and say I love you to myself. And that is one of my favourite ever presents someone's bought me. And I bought it myself. I love the colours because I love the purple and I love the pink and I love the contrast and I love sparkly glitter things and the bear and the heart. And it's not too big to clutter up my place because I've got a really small flat. I mean, I've got more stuff in here at the moment because I brought a load of stuff from my parents that was in their loft, which is why there's a big black sack over there and all sorts of stuff. So my place is a bit cluttered at the moment. I have to declutter it gradually. But, you know, this I keep on my bedside table and I just love it so much. It's so beautiful. It just like everything, the colours, the bear. I've got a thing about bear paper as well. So sometimes when I'm opening Christmas presents, I get so excited over the paper, like more than the gifts. If there's a bag with bears on it, I get more excited over a bag with bears on it. I usually than I do some of the gifts. I'm like, it's bear. It's always if it's paper, like at birthdays. If it's bear paper, I'm like, it's bear paper. It's bear paper. Oh my gosh, it's bear paper. You know. So my parents have always made Christmas great, and so an asexual Christmas for me, I stay with my parents. They've got us my own. I've got my own room at my parents' house. So even though I don't live with them the rest of the year, I call it my bedroom every Christmas that I stay there because it's like their spare room, but it's got a bed in it for me. It's not the same sort of standard as my bed because, you know, often I sleep on top of it, to be honest, because I'm very sensitive with my fibro. I can't be having any springs felt really because it hurts my back and stuff. So what usually happens is like my mum's got duvet, and then if I go underneath the duvet, sometimes I can feel the springs a bit. But it's a new bed, so it's not like a really bad, bed or really thin. But I can feel them sometimes. So sometimes I sleep in the bed, and sometimes I sleep on top of the duvet cover with blankets on top of me. I even do that in my own home sometimes when even my bed's really amazing because it's like a pocket sprung and the most amount of money you can get because I was a manager when I bought it years ago. Ray, what you're saying? I won a raffle this week for best rifle shooting and a medal. Oh, congratulations, Ray. You're always winning stuff. That's good. That's really good. Wow. Congratulations. You won a rifle this week for best rifle shooting and a medal. You won a rifle, so you got another rifle. Oh wow! Was that when you put a thing on your Facebook saying I should stop watching Dawn of the Dead or something? Had all this rifle things. I'm like, what on earth's that? Oh my gosh, you look a bit sinister in that picture, I have to say. But yeah, I thought it was quite funny in a way, but I was quite scared at the same time. Congratulations. Oh yeah, that's what was in it. Congratulations, Ray. That's really good. You are very good at what you do. Very, very good. And I know you teach disabled children, don't you, as well? Really, really, really good. Really good. Proud of you. Proud of you. So I was talking about, oh yeah, asexual Christmas. So I spend so my parents as well, they have a second bathroom. So they have a bathroom, sorry, upstairs with a toilet, and they have a toilet downstairs. So so that's helpful because I have to go to the toilet regularly because of my fibro. And the bathroom upstairs is in between their bedroom and the one I stay in. So basically, with an asexual Christmas with them, it's great because obviously I don't have to do sex. Nothing to do with sex. Never have to have it because obviously I haven't got a boyfriend over there, so no sex. Don't have to dress up for sex. Completely sex-free day. It's amazing. I get to be with my angel as well because my angel guinea pig lives over there. My angel daughter guinea pig, she's diabetic, so I can't inject her, so my parents have to do that. So I get to spend time with Angel. So basically I put all the Christmas, when I wake up, I put all the Christmas stuff on. So I have mechanical Christmas things that I keep over my parents. And my mum does the room up with tinsel and lights and things. She's left the lights up from last year, so she didn't have to re-put them up, just kept them switched off. So she puts a tree in there and everything. So I have my mechanical movable rain, like that. I've got this there's like a tree thing where it opens up and these snowmen start ice skating. And then I did have, yeah, I think I've still got it, a Father Christmas that blows the trumpet and a little birdie that pops up. And I got a snowman over there that just lights up all the time. Beautiful snowman. I bought that one myself, I think. And then I've got I've got a Santa now that wiggles his mustache and goes ho ho ho. And I think I've got another one Santa that bobs up and down. So I love mechanical, like robotic things. So I've got that, and they're all on the big dressing table. And so that's really good. So usually in the morning, wake up, put all them on, put some Christmas music on, and then go in my pajamas and dressing gown down. And then I sometimes say a Santa bean because I like to keep all the Santa magic up. And then there's presents like put everywhere. But I come down in the night and put my parents' presents out, because obviously when I'm there, I don't want to put my parents' presents out in front of them, because I like to keep the magic for them as well, not them just doing it for me. So even though I'm meant to be, in theory, the younger one, which I am actually, but you know, I like them to be the younger one as well. Do you know what I mean? I like to treat them with magic and care as well. So I literally, when they're asleep, I usually wake up partway through the night, or I haven't gone to bed yet. Like it's 4 a.m, I'm still awake, and then I creep downstairs and put the presents out, and I have to go past their room without them hearing me. I don't know if they do hear me. And I've got to put all the presents on. They've usually put my presents out by then, so I see the presents they've got for me on the floor and near the under the Christmas tree and round it. And then I have to spread mine out in between there. And I got my mum and dad a stocking, like a felt one, to put their presents in. So my mum's like, oh, you won't want that this year, will you? Because you haven't got much money to get presents. But I said, I still want you to put it out. I've got something to put in there. I'm very good at getting bargains. I've got some really good bargains this year. So very, very, very good. I can't say what they were because I'm not allowed to, obviously. But yeah, so then we open presents, and then we have lunch about 1 or whatever, pull Christmas crackers. Mum cooks turkey. She's often cooked it the night before. So sometimes she just like heats. Does she? I think we have cold turkey, but the rest of the food's hot, I think. Or she'll put the turkey in the morning and cook it for lunchtime. But I think she does it the night before a lot of the time. And yeah, and I can't eat Christmas cake or anything, but this year I have got chocolate truffle ice cream, which I got yesterday, which is sugar-free, gluten-free, wheat-free, dairy-free. Well, no added sugar, only natural sugars. It's amazing. Like I went in this shop, past this shop, right? This is sometimes what I do intuitively. So I went to walk past this hell shop, and I was like thinking, this tub of ice cream I usually have, the ones I usually have, the big ones for Christmas, I like to get one, is £6.49 usually. That's quite a lot of money. It's about this big. Obviously, because it's allergy free, it costs more money for a tub about that big. So anyway, and I've had salted caramel before, I've had chocolate before. And anyway, I went to go past this hell shop in the city centre, and I thought, I just wish it was reduced, the ice cream, because I don't want to pay full price for it this year, you know, because money's tighter this year. And I'm like, I wished it was reduced. And I'm like, shall I just, I even went past the door and I thought, shall I just call in the off chance that it might be reduced, right? I'm really good with this type of thing, really good with my intuition, really good at making things come true, right? From my imagination. It's incredible. So I went into this shop, and it was reduced. All those ice creams were reduced from £6.49. 2 of them reduced to £4.49, and one of them was reduced to £4.11. So the one in the middle, which was £4.11, looked like it's a flavour that I've not tried before, which was a chocolate truffle one rather than just an ordinary chocolate. Well, the ordinary chocolate was called double chocolate, I think. But that and the other one's salted caramel. This was a chocolate truffle, and I don't know if I've had that one before or not. But I didn't think I had, but I do have them, you know, every year at Christmas. I try to get one, because otherwise my parents were eating trifle and Christmas cake and stuff, and I can't eat that. So I can't eat normal chocolate, so I just feel totally left out, because I like ice cream. So anyway, and I usually eat part of it on Christmas Day and part of it on Boxing Day. So anyway, Yeah, so what happened was it was reduced to £4.11, right? I got to the till, right? And it came up as £4.49. I said, no, the other two flavours are £4.49. This one's reduced to £4.11. So the guy's like, okay. And then he went to take the discount off, and it went down to like £3.78, I think it was. So I actually got it for even less money than it was originally for. And I said, oh, he goes, oh, I just put it through as that. I said, are you sure? He said, yeah. And I thought he's going to get into trouble because £3, the small tubs, which are that big, they are £1.99 usually each. Do you know what I mean? This is like that big, you know, and that round. So I was really impressed. So I bought it. And actually my mum gave me the money. Well, she gave me some money, and yeah. But I didn't know that I was going to get the ice cream with it, if you know what I mean. Because I had yeah, she didn't give it me specifically for ice cream, but I wanted to get some ice cream and I didn't know they were on offer. So yeah, I was just really, really happy, you know. So I got this ice cream, and it was incredible to get that at such a reduced rate, because I really wanted ice cream, but I didn't want to pay full price for it. But yeah, it was really, really good, really, really good. And yeah, just see what I mean. Like, I think about something and I end up getting it. Just like I've done it before, where I've walked past the shop and think I really need some orange juice right now, but I don't want to pay full price for it. I want it to be reduced. I've gone in there. It's like the last bottle left reduced. It's really, really like law of attraction, intuition stuff. It's really good. Sam, I did a shooting day clay pigeons. I thought you said day pigeons. Clay pigeons for someone's birthday many years ago. I missed every time. Oh, really, Sam? Wow. I like doing hillbilly shootout things. So when you go to the arcades, there's these, I don't know if you've ever seen, like, or theme parks, you can get a rifle, like an air pistol. It's an air pistol. There's no bullets in it. There's an air pistol, and it shoots air out at these targets. I think it's air out at these targets, and it knocks things over, and things like water spray in your face, or something makes a noise, or an robotic animal comes out from somewhere. I love robots. I've just said I love robots. So it's a very robotic thing. So when you shoot this like air rifle thing, it hits if you hit the target in the middle, you've got to get it back bang in the middle. Something happens, like sometimes a coffin opens and a guy who's got a cigarette, not real cigarette, plastic one obviously, shoots water out of it, and then the coffin closes, the guy goes back in, the coffin closes. And then on other ones there's like a big, like it looks like a cupboard almost, like it's a tall building thing, and like if you hit that target, the door swings open and something comes out. And then like sometimes you can hit the cockerel's bum, and then the cockerel starts cooing, making a noise, and other stuff. And I like doing them. They're really good fun. Even made a smiley face. Oh yeah, I wondered what you were talking about, Ray. Ray's like, I shot the smiley face, and I was thinking an emoji, right? I was looking for a yellow emoji. I was thinking, what's he on about? I can't see any yellow emoji. I can't see a smiley face. And then what happened was he did dots in the shape of a smiley face. So I thought you meant you shot a smiley face, as in you shot a picture of emoji, not as in you made it, as in you did like two eyes, a nose, and a mouth all in dots, like bullets, bullet wounds. No, well, it's not a wound, is it? It's a piece of, you did it on a target, but you made it basically. Ray, I once hit a man for calling my ex-wife a hoe. I did mind, but he said it 3 times. Wow, Ray, I once hit a man for calling my ex-wife a hoe. I did mind, but he said it 3 times. Oh, wow. Well, at least you stick up for what you believe in, Ray. No. What did I say? I'm reading your thing back. If I read it wrong, it says, I once hit a man for calling my ex-wife a hoe. I did mind, it said, but he said it 3 times. Oh, no, ho. Oh, I think you're having a bit of laugh. What is a truffle? A truffle is, I don't know how to describe it. A truffle is usually a type of chocolate that's got like oozy stuff in the middle of it. Or is made up of different, so how can I describe it? Yeah, so a truffle is usually like layers and layers of chocolate, but sometimes they have like a soft center. They can be like hard chocolate on the outside, harder chocolate on the outside, and softer chocolate on the inside. So I think the chocolate truffle ice cream, I think it's got like darker chocolate on the outside and like a more caramelly, smoother, lighter color chocolate on the middle, or swirling around it. I think, but if you have an actual truffle, usually it's a chocolate, and often I think it's darker chocolate on the outside or harder chocolate on the outside, and then inside is like softer chocolate, if I remember correctly. But that's how I describe it. But I just eat things. But I often think that oh, what is it? So I like Ella balls, right? And I often think they remind me of a truffle, and they're a bit different. So Ella balls are like got 5 ingredients mixed together, and they're chocolate with little bits in them. I've had them on this show before, and they're not called a truffle; they're called Ella balls. But the way the composition is, it's like they've got their main ingredients is chocolate. Well, in the case of natural stuff, cocoa, which looks like chocolate, and then they've got all like natural ingredients ground up in there. So you've got like the more nuttier bits inside and the more smoother chocolate stuff on the outside, if that makes sense. Okay, I see. Thank you. I hope I've done that right, because I just eat the things. Let's Google it. What is a truffle? They were like, what the heck? Actually, I used to have a guinea pig called Truffles with an S. So what have they said it's a truffle here? A truffle is the fruity body of a subterranean fungus. I don't think that's what they mean. A truffle is the fruiting body of a subterranean ascomycete, I can't even pronounce it, fungus, predominantly one of the many species of genus tuber. In addition to tuber, I don't think that's what they mean. Let's look what a chocolate truffle is. Oh, dearie me. That's so funny. I'm like, I'm not eating a fungus. A chocolate truffle is a type of chocolate confectionery traditionally made with a chocolate ganache center coated in chocolate, cocoa powder, or chopped toasted nuts, usually in a spherical, conical, or curved shape. Their name derives from their resemblance to truffles, edible fungi of the genus tuber. Oh, they're designed to represent the fungus. I didn't know that. Oh, right. There's a Santa Barbara chocolate.com blog, and they go into what are chocolate truffles. Oh god, they're too delicious. They're too delicious. Chocolate is one delicacy that no one can refuse. The chocolate industry has been busy, so blah blah blah. What are chocolate truffles, and what do real truffles contain? Ever wondered where do chocolate truffles get their name from? Well, truffle is derived from a Latin meaning word. Well, truffle is derived from a Latin word meaning lump. Truffles are named after the mushrooms with the similar name because of the striking resemblance they share. The first chocolates were made in a crude way to look like the lumps. Truffle lumps, originally called truffles chocolates, referencing the look, what these truffles are made of, chocolate. Fungus found by pigs. Ugh. Truffles, lump type above right. Oh, there's a picture of them. in the image, type of mushroom, belong to a family of fungi that grow underground, mostly under oak, hazel, and poplar trees. Since they grow underground, it was difficult to locate them in earlier times. Farmers used pigs to hunt this fungal growth as they could smell them easily. However, mushrooms proved to be the pig's favourite cuisine, and farmers hardly got any for themselves. Nowadays, dogs are specially trained to sniff out these mushrooms as they are trained to sniff any other drug. Great. An added advantage, dogs don't like these mushrooms, so the farmers can keep all of their findings. The classical recipe of the homemade chocolate truffle includes a ganache, which is a mixture of bittersweet chocolate and a heavy cream. The classical recipe is experimented with varied ingredients to obtain different flavors. So you can get typically nowadays, ganache is flavored or replaced by a number of other fillings, such as fruit creams, caramel, nugget, fudge, mint, toffee, nuts, marshmallows, or liqueur. I think that's enough of that. Oh, dear me. So a chocolate truffle and a truffle are different things, that the chocolate one is made to resemble the other. Apparently so, Sam. See, I learn something every day on this channel. We're always, besides educator, we're always a learner at the same time. That's what I knew about truffles, that pigs find them. I didn't know what they were, or that the chocolate ones aren't the actual same thing. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. I just eat truffles. Well, I can't eat normal truffles. So, but usually the ones I bet were being called truffle, they've usually got like a slightly tougher chocolate and then a slightly more saucier chocolate on the inside, or they are like a thicker chocolate with little nutty bits in there, or little bits of other chocolate stuff. So like a sandwich. Did you know that mushrooms is the only gay vegetable? If you put two together, you get to fung, guys. Ray, what you like? If you put two together, you get to fun, guys. That's very funny, Ray. That's like something out of a Christmas cracker joke, actually. I can't eat mushrooms, so I'm glad that I don't eat the real fungi. The fungi that's from truffle dry, because I can't eat mushrooms. They're very bad for my body. I can't touch them with a barge pole. They seriously are very bad. They actually encourage candida overgrowth. So if you've ever got a problem with candida overgrowth in your body, you should never, ever, 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 ever eat mushrooms or anything derived from fungi. Never. I can't eat yeast. I can't eat cheese, can't eat yogurt, anything that's fermented or anything that comes from fungi. I can't touch the stuff. Chocolate truffles sound nicer than normal ones. Laugh out loud, Ray. It's funny. Corn. I don't like corn. I don't like corn. And corn is derived from wheat. There's usually wheat in corn or monosodium glutamate in corn, so I couldn't have corn anyway, because I did look on the packet a long time ago. I can't have anything with wheat in it or monosodium glutamate, and usually corn's got wheat in it. You'd be surprised what ingredients they put in things. So yeah, but I think I tried corn years ago, and then I went to look at the packet again and realised it's got wheat in it, so I can't have it. But I think I've tried it once years ago, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I can't have it now anyway. So yeah, I don't have anything like that. But yeah, chocolate truffles. I mean, I think Ella balls are like a chocolate truffle, and an Ella ball is like a ball of looks like chocolate, and then when you taste it, it's got all little bits in it, like different bits of different foods in it. So that to me is like a truffle. I absolutely adore Ella balls. I've had a foodgasm over them on this channel. So really sorry. I was looking down at my finger because I get cracks in the winter. They split and they bleed and stuff, and it hurts. So but yeah, so Christmas, for asexual Christmas, is much better because obviously I don't have sex, don't talk about it, don't need it, don't want it, and I just have a fun day all the time. So I'm with my parents, opening Christmas presents, spending time with them. I don't watch the TV, but when I'm over there, I do, because I'll sit in the lounge and watch it with them. Because unless I go up to my room, but I don't be in my room all the time, because obviously I do go to see my parents who watch TV all the time. you know. But a lot of the time I'm playing on my phone or the iPad and stuff. But sometimes I'm talking to my mum. I like talking to my mum, but you know, if she wants to really watch a TV program, then she's watching her TV program. Or I'll have Angel out, you know. So I'm not like glued to the TV, but it's funny because they watch soaps all the time. I used to be a soap addict, don't do that anymore. But when I'm around there, I see the soaps. And it's like I might not have seen them for like, because I don't watch TV in my own home. I might not have seen the soaps for like what, a month, 2 months, whatever, or however long it is since I last went round there. And it's pretty much the same thing. I just say to my mum, "Oh, what's that? Is that character married to that one now, or has that one left that one?" And she quickly fills me in less than 2 minutes. It's like same old thing, then, really, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? You can be you know, I used to be a soap addict. You can live without soaps for months, years, and not watch them ever again. Do you know what I mean? But if you do watch them, like even 6 months later, nothing much has changed. You can pretty much just pick up where you left off. So, you know, like when you look back and you think, like I look back and I think I was a soap addict, there's really no need, because do you know what I mean? It's like you know what I mean? It's like you can just pick it up like 6 months later, you're not actually missing anything. But you know, you're missing out on life if you're an addict to these things. It's really bad to just sit there, you know. But you know, my mum, to be fair to my mum, she has got a lot of illnesses, so she doesn't really go out much. So the TV's quite a big part of her life. So do you know what I mean? She enjoys watching the TV. She loves being a housewife to my dad still after all these years. They've been married 50 years. It's not my cup of tea, but it's what she loves. So she'll do all the housework. And she cleans my Angel out every single day, injects her. So obviously, and she's got other animals. She's got a cockatiel that's been there for a long time. It's over 30 years old, the cockatiel. It's beautiful. Only one left, but it's been on its own for quite a while because it's outlived all the other ones. And she's got 5 goldfish, and then dog Millie, who's got a heart problem now, so she has to have medication every day of her life, twice a day for the rest of her life. She has to have it at the same time as Angel's got to have her meds. So my mum quickly feeds her the tablet and then injects Angel. So yeah, and then I get to open presents. We have crackers usually. I get to wear my cracker hat, sometimes talk jokes, and look at my Christmas presents. Like open more after lunch usually if we spread them out throughout the day. I like them to last all day as much as possible because I'm like a kid. And we sometimes play Scrabble as well. So you know, it's a good day. I like Christmas. Like, it's very magical and special, and I really enjoy it. And obviously, having an asexual Christmas is so much better. Do you know what I mean? I much prefer to do that than be with a boyfriend who wants sex, because it's just like with my ex, he did used to buy me nice gifts, but it's like, you know, it's like, oh, it's sex time. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was okay. It wasn't the worst thing back then, but it wasn't okay to dress up. I hated that. That was a really bad thing. It made me feel really, really bad. I didn't like that at all. Do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't like that. It made me feel like he didn't love me for me. He just loved me because I was dressing up in this costume. It's just disgusting. I don't like that. You know, I don't like wearing things to turn guys on. Like, if they're naturally turned on by me, they're naturally turned on by me. That's okay because they can't help it. But if it's like I feel like if I'm dressing up for sex, I'm like forcing, you know, like well, I'm not forcing something, but they're kind of like forcing it by me making me wear something. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, no one can make me wear it. He asked me to put it on, and I did look damn good in it. But it's kind of like, you know, I don't like wearing that and then having sex. I'd rather have not worn that and just done that naturally in the past, even though I'm, you know, not doing that again. If Joseph was on TV, Jeremy Kyle, I would say the baby's not yours. Huh? I don't get that. If Joseph was on TV, Jeremy Kyle, I would say the baby's not yours. Do you mean like Joseph as in the religious Joseph? As in Mary and Joseph? Is that what you mean? Because Virgin Mary was a virgin. Yeah, so obviously Mary's meant to be asexual, isn't she? Because she's like, well, possibly. asexual because she hasn't had sex. She's still a virgin, yet gave birth to Jesus, I believe, from what I know. I'm not strictly religious. So, yeah, but it's called the Virgin Mary, isn't it? So you theoretically, she could highly be probably asexual because she didn't have sex to have Jesus. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, my parents are more religious than I am, but they're not really strictly religious. They don't go to church either. So we enjoy Christmas because we enjoy Christmas, like the whole spirit of Christmas, like family together, excitable, opening presents, nice to have the magic of Christmas and everything like that. Do you know what I mean? That's what I love about Christmas. I love the magic of it, you know, and things like decorations and tinsel, which you can see in the back and stuff like that. I love all the magic of Christmas, the lights, the tinsel, the decorations, the giving of gifts. I think it's really important, the giving of gifts. Do you know what I mean? Because when you give gifts, it kind of like, I feel good to give people gifts. I don't give everyone gifts, but you know what I mean? It's like nice to give my parents gifts because I always like to do things different. I just think it's so wonderful when you have adult children who give you lots of gifts. Well, one child, me, they don't have any other children. But do you know what I mean? Because like, I always hate it when people are like, oh, they're too old for presents now, I'll give them some money. Or we don't celebrate Christmas anymore because we're too old for it. It's like, seriously? Those words are banned from my life. If I don't want to hear them. They do not fit into my vocabulary. Just because you get to a certain age shouldn't mean you stop celebrating Christmas and having fun times. Do you know what I mean? It's no different. And I just don't like it the way society is like that. Like, oh, when you get to a certain age, you stop doing this. When you get to a certain age, you stop doing this. Like, really? I tell you what, there was this woman. You know on this channel that I like to live like a teenager, right? And I like to get younger clothes and go to younger places and stuff. And there's this one woman, right? And I was so proud of her. I don't know her. And when you look at her face, she looks like she's in her 50s, right? She's got grey hair took back in a ponytail, but the clothes she wears is like, and the back of her looks like she's 22 years old. So she came in front of me so I could see the front of her face. And then when she walked off in front of me, she had like a light grey hoodie on, and she had oh, what is it? She had a kiddie backpack, Hello Kitty. That's it. So it's like a teenager's backpack, a Hello Kitty backpack. So she had this rucksack on her back that was a Hello Kitty. You know Hello Kitty, the cartoon thing? And so it was a cat, and then it had like a pom-pom on it. And she had like a really short skirt, which was black and silver, I think, stripes. It's black or silver or black and white stripes. And it was really short, like swaying, and she had black tights on, and she had boots, like ankle boots on with great big flowers on them. And literally from the back, a guy would think she was like 22 years old because her clothes were so young. Her look was so young. And I noticed one guy looked at her as well from the back. So, you know, it's only when you get round to see her face that you can see she's older. But I think it's so good to see an older woman dress in really young girls' clothes. I think it's really good to see that. I'm like, good, you know. I'm thinking you're probably a cougar as well. But I'm an asexual cougar, into younger guys, but don't want to have sex with them. Love kissing and cuddling with them. Do you know what I mean? But I think maybe she's a sexual cougar where she likes younger guys because she dresses really, really, really young. And I thought, good for her, you know, especially when she got grey hair. Because some people, they're like, oh, I've got grey hair and I can't wear my hair grey. But, you know, it's like natural, isn't it? So she's still sticking to her grey hair and proud of it. And I think that's really, really important. Ray and Tundra, yes. That's what you meant. But she did, as Jesus had brothers and sisters. Oh, right, okay. But were Jesus's brothers and sisters born to the Virgin Mary then? So she was still a virgin? Or did she have sex to get Jesus's brothers and sisters? Sam, I'm staying forever young too. Yay! So cool. Ray, I give gifts all year round. Yes, you do, Ray. It's totally true. But I do, the thing I the thing in a relationship that I don't like personally, me, is when a husband says or a partner says, I give gifts all year round to my partner, so I'm not getting them anything for Christmas or their birthday because they have gifts from me for all year round. And it shouldn't be, oh, because I get them gifts all year round, I'm giving them nothing for Christmas and birthday. It should be, if you want to give gifts all year round, that's fine, go for it. But why should the person not get gifts for Christmas or on their birthday just because you spent money the rest of the year? Like, because some partners, they also spend money on their partner the rest of the year. Do you know what I mean? There's no reason why they can't do it for Christmas and birthday. And that really does pee me off, to be quite honest, because I hate this when people get into a relationship. They like, I'm not going to be like this, and I do not want a guy like this ever in my life. You know, they're literally like, oh, we're too old for it now, or I'm not doing presents this year. I'm not buying my partner presents this year. We'll stop buying them for each other. It's like, I want to run a mile from that type of guy. I would hate that. I like presents. I'm not going to lie to you. I want a guy who will buy me birthday and Christmas presents. I'm telling you that now. I know it may be like, oh, you shouldn't say that. You know, you shouldn't say that you expect or want a guy to buy you presents. It's really bad. But no, it's really good because I'm being honest, true, and authentic. I like presents. I like presents on Christmas. I like presents on birthday. It makes it more special for me, to be perfectly honest with you. I used to get my partner's gifts at random times throughout the year and at Christmas and birthday too. Oh, good for you, Sam. That's what I like to hear. Heather, Hello Kitty for a 50-year-old is awesome. That's what I thought, Heather. I absolutely thought that. And she got pom-pom on it as well. When I say partners, it was one at a time, laugh out loud. Oh, I knew what you meant, Sam. I say partners sometimes, and I'm like, I'm so like you, like that. And I'm like, oh yeah, I meant my partner at the time because I only have one. So while I'm trying to, sometimes when I'm texting someone, I'm saying partners, I'm like trying to explain, well, I only want one. Because it's like, sometimes I say, I like guys, I like Indian guys, for example, I say. And it makes me sound like I just want tons of Indian guys. It's like, no, I only want one Indian guy for a relationship, not multiple. I'm not polyamorous. I just want one Indian guy. Just I happen to like Indian guys, plural, but would love to just have one for a relationship. Without sex, without marriage, without kids, and can live apart from me. So yeah, I'm very much like that as well. But yeah, that's good, Sam, because I don't think, I kind of feel like, personally, I feel for me that if someone's like, you know, like if someone's in a relationship with me, I think my voice is going to go, and I've nearly used all my water up. I think if someone's in a relationship with me, then I would feel kind of punished if they're like, oh, well, I buy you gifts all year round, so I'm not buying you anything for Christmas or birthday. I feel like that's a bit of a punishment. I feel like, well, you know, if they said that to me, and I feel like, well, just because you decide to buy me presents all year round, do you know what I mean? Doesn't mean to say I shouldn't have some on my birthday or Christmas. I prefer them on my birthday or Christmas, to be honest, and less than the year. Oh, she had sex. You're talking about, but you're talking about Mary was no longer a virgin after she had Jesus because Joseph had siblings, and so she had sex. Oh, right, okay. I mean, some asexuals still have sex anyway, but yeah, probably not asexual then, but she could be still. But yeah. So, oh, hi Heather. Nice to see you. I usually have water with me, but I haven't really got much because I've literally got presents at my door. I can't even get out of my door. I've got this tiny little bit left because I got presents everywhere because of obviously I've been so busy today doing Christmas though. So yeah, personally, you know, and I want a guy that will buy me gifts at birthday and Christmas. I just don't, you know what I mean? It's kind of, I know it says like you shouldn't expect things of people, but to be honest, I would be disappointed if I didn't get presents or birthday or Christmas because I'm used to that. I'm used to it from my parents. I'm used to it from my ex, and I do enjoy it. Kiss. Oh, thanks, Heather, for the kiss. That's lovely. You know, I do like it. You know, I like when oh, you give me a hug and a kiss. Thank you. So sweet. Oh, I love you too. And you know, when a boyfriend sometimes like, I haven't got any money, I understand, but when he's going out buying designer gear for himself, then that, you know, like some guys that go, I haven't got any money to buy you a present, and it's like, well, you're buying the latest designer gear, like your jacket costs like what, 90 quid or 100 and something, and you know, you bought the latest trainers or something, do you know what I mean? Like, and like sometimes, like in a relationship, the guy can buy a bunch of flowers for like £1. It's not that difficult, is it, to just go in and spend £1 on a small bunch of flowers for your girlfriend now and again, to just say, I love you, here's a nice bunch of flowers, you're very special to me. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to spend loads of money. It's just like, sometimes it's just a little gift, do you know what I mean, that makes you feel special. Jesus was born on the first week of October. Christmas is just a way of Ma. What were you going to say, Ray? Christmas is just a way of making you spend money. I knew you were going to say that. I don't like that. I respect the fact that you say that, but I don't like that. Because, and I'd hate it when guys usually say that, actually. Sorry, I know you're my friend, Ray, but I do actually hate guys saying that. Or anyone saying that. Because it's a very cynical, pessimistic view, in my opinion. You know? Why? Because you could argue that about anything to spend money. Birthday, you could say, is to spend money. Easter's to spend money. My kids won't do Christmas. Really? That's strange. Kids usually love Christmas. Do you know what I mean? So maybe you need to check in with them why they don't like Christmas. But maybe, you know, if you say Christmas is just a way of making you spend money and you don't buy your kids Christmas gifts, then maybe that's why they don't like Christmas. Because you say that. Do you know what I mean? Because I hate it when people say that. You know, I've heard people before, guys say that in relationships. I'm not buying a Christmas present because it's a way to spend money. You could argue that about anything. You could say birthdays, Christmas, christening, wedding, everything like that. There's presents for and there's cars for. So which came first? Did the occasion come first, or did the merchandise come first? I think the occasion came first, then the merchandise came first. And to be honest, you can look at it as a positive thing. Like, look at all the jobs that are created. At Christmas, people take on more staff. People have temporary jobs for like 3 months at a time. They have more money because we spend more money, and it's helping those people to have more money. Do you see what I mean? All the people are in jobs because people need to buy birthday cards. So all those factories that produce birthday cards, right, they have factory workers usually at the moment until everything's automated. You know, that creates jobs. Christmas presents, some people have to make all those Christmas presents usually. That creates jobs. You know what I mean? So this is like a cynical view versus optimistic and positive view. You know, you could argue any occasion in the entire world, planet, and universe is designed to make you spend money, right? But I don't have a problem spending money buying gifts for people at Christmas, because I don't actually, you know, I spend money on birthday and Christmas for people, but I don't tend to spend money the rest of the year. If I'm honest, I tend to mostly, in the past, when I had a boyfriend, I sometimes bought him a little something sometimes, but I tend to keep, because I usually get quite a few presents at Christmas or birthday, I mostly used to keep to that, you know. But I celebrate Easter with Easter eggs or some sugar-free chocolate nowadays, and Christmas and my birthday. My birthday's a huge deal. Like, lots of people, they hate their birthday. Like, I don't celebrate my birthday, which I understand, but it's like, as a self-love thing, you were born, so that's to be celebrated. Celebrate that you're born and alive when people are dead and dying. Do you know what I mean? So that's why birthdays should be celebrated, because it's wonderful that you're alive, that you're healthy enough to be in this life, that you're alive, that you're not dead, that you're breathing, and that you were born into this world, and hopefully you're living your purpose. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully you're, like, in my case, I'm writing books. If I wasn't alive, I wouldn't be able to write books to change people's lives. Sam's working on Space Era. So good job Sam was born, because Sam wouldn't be able to work on Space Era. There'd be no Space Era. It wouldn't exist. And it's important to our future that Space Era is there. Do you see what I mean? And also Sam's my best friend, so it's a good job he was. They were born. Sorry, they are they and them, not a he anymore. Sorry, I did really well, and then Ray, or birthdays or Easter? No, it's their choice, not mine. Sam, at the end of the day, Christmas brings a lot of joy to people. I am not much of a Christmas person in general. I prefer birthdays, but it's great that so many people have something to enjoy. Yeah, I know you're atheist, Sam, so that's why I haven't got you, a Christmas card or present, because I know you're atheist, so I know you don't really celebrate it. And I'm seeing you in January, so it'll be great. But I know you're not. I know you're not really. I know you're atheist, so I respect that. Do you know what I mean? So, I feel a bit weird because you're my best friend. I'm getting, like I've got Andy. I've given Andy a Christmas card when I saw him last time, and I'm like, oh, I feel a bit weird not getting Sam one. But I know that you don't do that. Still seeing family though. That's really good. That's really good. Yeah. But Ray said it's their choice, not mine. Yeah, I know, but Ray, it is your kid's choice. They don't have to celebrate Christmas, but I would just see why they don't want to celebrate Christmas. What is it they hate about Christmas? Is it because you're not together with their mum anymore? Or do you know what I mean? You know, that type of thing? Or is it, I would probably be curious about that and find out more about that. Do you know what I mean? But if you think Christmas is just a way of making you spend money, then if I had a parent that was saying that, I would think, well, that's not very nice. You know what I mean? Personally. But it's not just you says that. There's lots of people I've met, guys in relationships I've met like that. And I'm thinking their poor wife. So they're not going to get present because they don't want to spend money because they're basically sticking two fingers up to the world and saying, oh, Christmas is over commercialized, so I'm not going to buy you anything. And it's like the wife or girlfriend suffering and not having a present just because they've got a principle they want to stick by and say it's about spending money. But you can argue that with anything: christenings, birthdays, weddings, leaving a job, getting well soon cards, anything. There's an occasion for most things. I just think it's great that people are in jobs, that people have got jobs. I love getting a birthday card from someone. Do you know, it lights up my world if I get a birthday? Like, this Christmas card lit up my life, Work's gone into this Christmas card. Someone had to design the Christmas card. Someone had to make the Christmas card. And of course you should spend money when people have worked damn hard to do this. This made my day. It said about you were born to be amazing. And I keep my Christmas cards, some of them up all year round for my parents. Like, this will probably stay up all year round, or longer, because I have another frozen Christmas card from, is it a year or more ago? And I just keep it up because I love the picture. I'll be keeping this up all the time because it says you were born to be amazing, daughter. I could even frame this. It's that good. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to take everything down. So this amount of money that my mum spent on this card is damn well worth it because I am getting so much pleasure out of it. And I think if you're paying money and spending money out, regardless of the occasion, if the person's enjoying receiving a gift or receiving a card, then you're lighting up someone's world, and it's a really good cause to do that. It's like charity shops. I used to work in a charity shop. Do you know how much they pay, some of the managers, the area managers and so like that? Do you know what I mean? Only a small proportion goes to the charity. You'd be shocked at stuff that happens in charity shops. Do you know a lot of the stuff that goes to charity shops as well is ragged? I didn't find that out till I worked in a charity shop. They are very strict in charity shops these days. Any jumpers with bobbles on, they go to the rag man. Anything that's broken, they don't usually put on sale. But especially bobbles, because I was a manager very briefly of a charity shop. And they have certain rules. And, if there's any bobbles on jumpers, they get put in rags. Now, as a charity shop, you do get money for rags. So once you've got a load of clothes that you can't sell because you're not allowed to put it out because it isn't it isn't looking like new, they then get a little bit of money for it. The rag man comes and turns it into rags, and makes some money. But you know what I mean? Like, money is what makes the world go round. It's because religious reasons they won't. Oh, right, okay. Oh, I respect that. Sam is, like I said, atheist, so doesn't celebrate Christmas because of that. So yeah, I respect that. you know, so if they don't want to do that, that's their choice. Are they all like that then? I'm guessing so, because you said. So yeah. So yeah, if they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it. Less money for you to spend, isn't it? I sent a Christmas card to some random person when I saw a request online. It's a person who asked, says she has learning difficulties and loves Christmas cards. Oh wow, Sam, that's incredible. That's really, really incredible. I sent a Christmas card to some random person when I saw a request online. As a person who asked, said she has learning difficulty and love Christmas cards. That's really good. Thank you, Sam. I love the colours of lights, especially in January, because it brings a smile to my face. I love making homemade cards. Yes, some people do make homemade cards, Heather. That's really good as well. You know, I know some people they do that. Or you know, they do it a lot. They do it at birthdays and all sorts. One of my friends' mums used to do that. Yeah, I think that's really nice of you, Sam. But you know what I mean? It's like this card means so. It's from Frozen 2. I haven't even seen the movie yet, but this card means so much to me. It just lights my world up. Last year I took an overdose. Ray. Last year I took an overdose on the 24th of December. It's the loneliest time of year for me. I mean, to get you angry or upset with me. Same time of year for me. Didn't mean to get you angry. Oh, I'm not angry or upset with you, Ray. Like, I just don't in general like people who have that type of view on buying stuff for Christmas, like it's a way to get you to spend money. You shouldn't be taking an overdose, Ray. Why don't you go away on holiday for Christmas? You don't have to stay at home. You can go away on holiday. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to hear. I don't want you to take an overdose and things like that. There's no need for you to. You're an absolutely lovely guy. You just have to focus on positive things in your life, like the dogs' lives you save, animals' lives you save, the competitions you win, and things like that. You know, your dog adores you. You're a really nice person, you know? You know, I'm not like, you're still a really good friend. You know what I mean? I just personally don't like people's attitudes when they say Christmas, you know, is just designed to get you to spend money. I mean, of course, people who make, do you know, retail, because I worked in retail shops sell 3 times more goods in December. And the Christmas, well, it's normally from October, end of October onwards, the Christmas period up till like the beginning of January, the January sale, like those like end of October to like end of January, like those 3 months is at a time that retail shops make their most money. Some businesses run on a 3-month model where, like the Calendar Club, I don't know if you've got that in different countries, but in the UK there's something called Calendar Club, and they literally make all their money for Christmas. They get in a store, just rent it out for like a store that's no longer got a business in it. They rent it out for a few weeks and they literally make all their money then. I actually saw a job going for that. And so the people there, they basically work 3 months out of the year and have the rest of the year off. And the managers get paid a huge amount of money plus commission on top. And it's like a really good job in that way. And it's like, wow, that's shocking. So they do like specifically just set up for that time. So, you know, Ray, don't take it like personally, like it's like I'm saying this about you specifically. I'm saying about guys or people in general that have that attitude. Personally, I think it's a very negative attitude. But then if your mind's negative, you're kind of going to think that way anyway. And obviously, if you took an overdose, I'm really, really, really sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry to hear that. And I hope you don't ever do that again. You know, there's no reason for you to do that. You're a beautiful guy and you need to see that for yourself. You know, instead of being lonely, you need to love yourself and love being with yourself. You know, there are places you can go as well, I believe. There are local charities that do things as well. There are places you can go, I think, for Christmas dinner. I mean, you could go to an old people's home and have Christmas dinner there. You know, like you said, you help out on at old people's homes sometimes with Tundra. Why don't you go and see if you could have like dinner with an old lady or something? Do you know what I mean? You know, because some elderly people they get very lonely at Christmas like you do, and they want some company. You know, you can work for Age UK, is it? Help the aged, all that type of thing. Why don't you see if you can get some voluntary work where you can go for Christmas, and maybe you could cook some food and take it round for them, because you like cooking, don't you? You could go and visit some people that are also on their own at Christmas. That might make it good for you. Or you could, you know, like I said, go away for Christmas. You don't have to stay at home for Christmas. You could go out for Christmas, or you could go out for Christmas meal. You don't cook. You could book a local restaurant, go out there and eat the food, you know, and have a 3-course Christmas meal with yourself. So you'll be around people. Even if you're like on your own visit, you'll be around people. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't want to hear you being lonely, upset. I know you do get lonely. I do know that about you. And I don't want that for you, you know. I want you to be happy, you know. Maybe there's someone that you know that's also in the same position, you know, that, you know, needs some love and some kindness at Christmas, you know. Think about other people you could go and visit, people that are in a similar situation, you know. There might be a meetup group on meetup.com. There's loads of meetup groups on meetup.com. There might be something on there where you can meet for Christmas lunch or something. Do you know what I mean? There's always different options. I think you need to explore options, because it's no good you being at home on Christmas if you're having thoughts like that. Do you know what I mean? I'm not angry or upset with you. I just get like, I just speak my truth. Do you know what I mean? I don't personally like it when someone just thinks that. I get it. I can see why people believe that. It's just to make money. But you can say that of any occasion. Do you know what I mean? And I love celebrating, regardless of the fact if it's to make money or not. I don't care about that, because it makes me happy and it puts people in jobs. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, this card just makes me happy. Oh, thanks, Sam. I like card. But that's the difference, because I'm thinking positively. I'm seeing the positive side, whereas lots of people see the more cynical, negative, pessimistic side. Like some people, they hate actually having relatives because they don't want to spend time with them. They hate going to their relatives at Christmas. They can't stand it. So it makes Christmas miserable for them. Or they're cooking loads of food and they don't want to cook. And then it makes them miserable. So they don't like Christmas. Do you know what I mean? So there's people who actually see people. Unlike yourself, you say is lonely because you're on your own. There's other people that hate Christmas because they're around people and they don't want to be around people. But I don't want to hear you being lonely and taking over those, Ray. I don't want to hear that from you. Do you know what I mean? I want you to be happy at Christmas. Do you know what I mean? It's very, very important you're happy at Christmas. And I think you need to go out and do things that make you happy. Don't sit in the house. Go out and, like I said, book a meal for yourself. I can't this year. I'm looking after people's dogs in my house this year. Right, okay. You can't this year. I'm looking after people's dogs in my house this year. Okay. But I thought you said that the doctor told you not to do any work. Isn't that classed as work? What else can you do? You could, I don't know, is there a local restaurant that delivers to your house so you could not cook, and you could, you know, like you could book yourself like some food and they can deliver it to your home? Is that a possibility? Is there anyone that you could invite that would come to your house that's in a similar position where they're on their own for Christmas? Is there any possibility of that? And you could cook them lunch? You know, like with your kids, can you video chat with them on Christmas Day? Like, can you go on Facebook and use the video and talk to them on Christmas Day, even if you don't celebrate it? Can you talk to them that day? Is that possible for you to do that? Because obviously they're on Facebook, I think you said. So obviously on Facebook, it has the little video camera. And then you can say, you know, you can see if you could video chat with your siblings. You know, if they don't celebrate Christmas, there's no reason why they don't want to talk to you on Christmas, is there? Maybe you could do that with them. Do you know what I mean? So you're still, you know, like kids should be able to use the internet, should be able to video chat. And, you know, they're your kids, you get on well with them. So why not try and arrange something like that? But you probably have to arrange it in advance with them and see what they're up to. Like if their mum's got stuff planned for them, then obviously you don't want to clash with that. But you could possibly do that. Because obviously if you're looking after people's dogs and you've got to stay in the home, then you know, then then you've got to do something at home. But I was just thinking, is there anything different you could do at the home to make yourself feel better? But I'm not angry or upset with you. I just always show my emotions. I'm like that. Do you know what I mean? I think you're adorable, a lovely person. I want you to be happy, and I'm just so upset that um that that to hear that. Do you know what I mean? Heather, I know a woman whose son was killed near Christmas. Some people don't always have a good experience near Christmas. No, I agree with you, Heather. You love Christmas. Yeah, I agree. Some people don't. I mean, there was like, I'm very careful now because in my asexual groups, one year I said, "Oh, what's everyone doing for?" Oh yeah. I said for Father's Day, and one person said my dad's dead, so that didn't go down very well. And then I think I said about Christmas, and they're like, "Oh, I don't celebrate Christmas. I hate Christmas because I haven't got one of their family members anymore." I do every day, says Ray. What is you do every day? What is it you do every day, Ray? I didn't understand that. Your granddad dies at Christmas. I didn't know that, Sam. I didn't know that. That's really sad. My granddad died the day after my mum's birthday, but I don't really remember that. I don't think about it. Do you know what I mean? It's like my grandma died on a Friday the 13th in June. It's like Friday the 13th. Well, it was Friday the 13th yesterday. I was like late on my live stream, wasn't I? So I'm pretty much out of water now. So yeah, I was late on my live stream, so I wasn't actually on. Well, I was on the 13th from the night before, but yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that. It's not nice. But I think, like, my chestnut I lost in November last year, but you know what I mean. I'm okay. I can accept it now. So yeah, it's not nice if you've got family member that died at Christmas. I think you have to like try and change perspectives, I guess. It's like with my grandma died on Friday the 13th of June. Like, a lot of the time I don't feel I need to say much about remembering her because she's always with me in like my soul and my heart. Like, my grandma's never really left me because we were so in tune with each other. We were so soul compatible that I do get upset a little bit, like I did this year, but most of the time I'm like, okay, because I was there when she died, and I let her go. I even said to her she could go because I knew she had to. She wasn't had a last breath, and I'm like, it's okay, you can go. It's fine, I understand. But she waited on for me to be there at the very end, and I held her hand like for an hour after death till the doctor got there. And apparently, it's the hearing goes the last when someone dies. This is not a very positive topic, is it? But it was positive because I held her hand and talked to her for the whole hour. So I mean, she kept hearing my voice. It was the last thing before she went. But because I don't feel she's left me. But my dad gave me a necklace with some of her ashes in it, which I thought was very weird at first, but now I like it because it's like, well, she's always with me because I've always got a piece of her, which is what my dad wanted. So what he did for me worked. Do you know what I mean? And people make money out of necklaces, don't they? They're really expensive with ashes in, but to me, it's worth it. I don't mind spending more money. Well, it wasn't me who spent it. People spending more money if they're getting pleasure out of it. Like I mean, obviously I don't get pleasure out of her death, but I get some comfort in the fact that I've got a necklace with some of her ashes in, and she's always here with me. And I don't, like, I was that close to her that I don't think she's gone totally. She's always present with me, in me. So because I'm very like her in some ways. So yeah, so it's all good. Heather, sorry to hear, Sam. Ray, see my kids on camera. Yeah, see your kids on camera. It'd be really good to see them on video chat camera. Sam, I still talk to my grandparents even though they're gone from the world, especially when I need someone. I know they're there for me. Oh, that's nice, Sam. I didn't know that. That's really good. That's really good. I wasn't close to my granddad, but I'm close to my grandma, and her ashes were put in the sea at Teignmouth, but my parents live in Dawlish, but Teignmouth and Dawlish seas link together. So every time usually I get off the train and walk up the road to see my parents, they live just above where the railway is, where the water is, the sea. So I go and blow her a kiss and say, hello, Grandma, and off I go. I do that every time. I did that this week when I went to see my parents and Angel. I was like, blow her a kiss saying, hello, Grandma, love you. And so it's like really, really, it's good when you can keep them alive within you. Do you know what I mean? Like you can feel it. And so I don't tend to write like massive posts declaring how much I've missed you since you're gone, because I don't know if I'll do that with other people, but with my grandma specifically, I don't feel like she's gone. I just don't. Because but we talked about death a lot. One of the things I would always advise before it happens is to talk about death and what it'd be like. I know it sounds really weird, but with my grandma, she talked so much about when I'm not here anymore, when I'm dead and not here anymore, when I'm gone. And because she used to talk to me all the time about it, I got a bit used to it before it actually happened. I was more prepared for it, and that really helped me. Did my grandma love tea? I think everyone likes tea, don't they, Heather? She liked it as much as anyone else did, but she also drank soft drinks as well. So I don't really think that's a relevant question in the sense that everyone likes tea. I drink herbal tea, she didn't, but she liked she had soft drinks, not just tea. So my granddad drank more tea than she did. She had tea, but she drank dandelion and burdock. Bitter lemon was her two favourite drinks. So yeah, dandelion and burdock, bitter lemon, they're her two favourite drinks, soft drinks. So yeah, those I think I would probably say she liked more than tea, if I'm honest. But she did drink tea as well, but most people drink tea, to be fair. I only drink herbal tea because I gave up normal tea a long time ago. With my nan that was there at her side when she went, there were a room full of us. You love dandelion and burdock. I'm having it this Christmas. Mum has bought it me it. Oh wow, that's really strange. See, very spooky. That's really, really strange. Well, I was born originally in Mansfield in Nottinghamshire, which is up north, and most of my family come from Yorkshire. And dandelion and burdock is a very, very well-known drink in the Yorkshire Dales area, all around Yorkshire. So that's where she got the love of dandelion and burdock from, because I think that's where it originated from, the Yorkshire place. I don't know if they manufactured it in Yorkshire originally, but that's why she loved it. Dandelion and burdock. It's the best soft drink. Yeah, she liked dandelion and burdock. She always had dandelion and burdock and bitter lemon. She loved bitter lemon. She was mad on it, both of those drinks, dandelion, burdock and bitter lemon. Mad on them. Sometimes she'd have lemonade as well, but always dandelion, burdock. And she liked Coke, Horlicks or cocoa before she went to bed. Yeah. So probably tea wasn't her favourite drink, because she did drink tea, but not like the other drinks she had. You know what I mean? She had some tea in the day, but I think most people drink cups of tea, don't they? And she used to have Sweetex. She doesn't like sugar with her tea. Oh, with Sweetex, sweetness. So yeah, it's yeah, I didn't know you like dandelion, but that's really weird. Oh, I haven't heard of anyone else apart from my dad likes it, because obviously he likes it because his mum liked it. And Shandy. Sorry, Shandy was the third soft drink she had. Dandelion and burdock, Shandy and bitter lemon. Those were the three, and sometimes she'd have a lemonade as well. So yeah, probably she drank more soft drinks overall. I don't know. Or maybe equally tea and soft drinks. I don't know. But my granddad just I think he used to drink more tea than anything. But my grandma, yeah. But yeah, so Shandy's a big thing. Big bottle of Shandy she used to get. Yeah, so drank probably more fizzy drinks than I did. But yeah, it's cool. It's really, really cool. It's really nice. And I'm sorry, Ray, again, for, But yeah, I hope you can see your kids on camera. I think that's a really good idea. I think it's a good idea if you plan to do other stuff this year, Ray. To take your mind off that. I don't want you being lonely and thinking about killing yourself. It's just not, I don't want to lose you as a friend. You're friends with both me and Sam, and you're a wonderful, wonderful guy, and your kids would be devastated if anything happened to you as well. And your dog. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got so many people that love you and care about you, even if you're on your own. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm fortunate enough that I've still got both my parents and I love spending time with them, like, we don't always see eye to eye. We are very, 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 very different on some things. But despite all that, I still love spending time with them and seeing them, because I think, well, I'm fortunate enough to have both my mum and dad. Do you know what I mean? But I know in your case, Ray, it's not the same for you. So don't worry, I'm not comparing my parents to your parents. I know what happened, but I'm not saying it, obviously. But yeah, I know it's different. I know you've mentioned something on this channel, but obviously the rest is secret. I know you mentioned something before on a video comment. But yeah, so but with my parents, like, we don't, like, my parents are opposite to me. Like, my mum's a housewife. My dad does he has his own non-profit, so he does a lot of work constantly for his non-profit. Sometimes he works like 6 days a week. He works more now. He's retired and doing a non-profit than he did before when he was working for his own self-work. And so he does that, and then my mum does all the housework. Even if mum's ill, she still does the housework a lot of the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, she gets everything. That's their roles, and they like that, and they've been married 50 years, so it works for them. You know what I mean? But I'm the opposite. I hate housework. Don't want to be doing that for a guy. Don't want to be a housewife. My mum's always wanted a child. That was her dream. She got me. I've never wanted kids in my life. My parents are very much more passive. I'm active. My parents like peace and quiet. I like noise. See what I mean? It's a bit like chalk and cheese. It doesn't exactly go together, but we're family, and it's an interesting combination, shall we say. But I love my parents to bits. I am an only child, so I don't have any brothers or sisters. So obviously, if I didn't have my parents, they would just be me. Because I don't have children. I'm not having children. I don't have any brothers or sisters. So yeah. I'm seeing both my parents, but dad on the 23rd. Wow, that's nice, Sam. My dad is retired, but still does loads of work. Yeah. It's really weird how they get retired. They do more work. As you know, I was raised with a lot of abuse at Christmas time. Was the worst time of year because the abuse would increase for me. It's a reminder. Oh, right, Ray, I didn't know that. I know you told me about abuse. I didn't want to say it on air unless you wanted to. I didn't know it got worse at Christmas. So the only thing I could suggest is to get some new memories, some more positive ones. Do you know what I mean? But, you don't have to celebrate. If you don't want to celebrate, don't celebrate it. It's your choice. Do you know what I mean? Just because I like celebrating Christmas doesn't mean to say you do. No one has to be the same as me. We're all born differently. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to be the same as me. But I think in life, sometimes we have to try and change negative experiences. We have to view the negative experiences differently in order for us to cope with them better. Or we have to try and get some new memories that are good for us. Because obviously you've got really bad memories at Christmas, so you don't want to be thinking of it. But you could try and put some good memories in there, some new memories, so that the Christmas is like this top, right? I don't know if I told you this. I think I told you this on another video. This top, right? This top I didn't wear for a long time. Oh, hiya. Jolton, is it? Hello, Jolton. So this top, right? This is a Disneyland Paris top, right? And I bought this in Disneyland Paris. I absolutely love it because it's like a bit shiny, like glittery. But this was the last top I wore when my guinea pig Snuggles, who is very dear to my heart, died. This was the last top I wore when she, just before, like the last top before she died. Before she went, it was the night before her surgery, basically, and I wore this top and she was snuggling into it. And so I haven't been able to wear this top, and I didn't know if I was going to have to get rid of it. But I like it. It's nicely tailored. And I was really, really upset, and I never wore it. I never took it out of my cupboard wardrobe since until this year. And then with Sam, we went to Disney on Ice together at West Point. And because it's a Disney theme, everyone's wearing Disney stuff. And all I have for Disney-wise is a Frozen crown that I can wear, which is supposed to light up but doesn't anymore. And this top. That's all I've got to do with Disney to wear. So I thought I'm going to put it on. And it felt really weird at first. And I didn't like it quite at first because it's a bit like horrible. Because I was remembering it. I was like, why are you wearing that? Because it reminds you. But as I wore it and carried on wearing it and was with Sam, I then ended up liking it loads because I've got good memories now about it. Like the last time I wore this after Snuggles, you know, it's been with Sam. And I had the most wonderful time with Sam. The Disney on Ice was amazing. Everyone was dressed up. In like a lot of the kids were dressed up in the audience, and you know, it was just such a good time. So now when I wear this top, I feel great. It reminds me of being at the Disney on Ice with Sam. It reminds me of that feeling. It reminds me of Disney magic again. I keep thinking about Disneyland Paris again, how I'd love to be back there again. You know, and I just keep thinking positively now about this top, and I love it. I feel so good in it. I love the color on me. I love the way it's tailored. It's very warm, even though it's quite thin. And so I have really positive experiences. So I keep, and the more I think positively, the less I think of that negative experience before. So yeah, Sam, you're a good person, Ray. That does a lot of positive things. I hope Christmas is not too difficult for you. And though I will be at Mum's, you can always chat on Facebook if you want to. Sorry to hear, Sam. Preparing, yes, natal. I don't know what natal is. But I don't, Sholiton, I don't know what preparing, yes, natal is. I don't know what natal is. Natal's something to do with kids and birth. No, I don't give birth because I don't have kids and I don't ever want them. So I'm not sure if that's what you meant. But yeah, so yeah, I think it's, you know, I think it's really important that you try and put some good memories in for yourself, Ray, if you can. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't want you to spend the rest of your life, because you're still very young, really. You're only just like over potentially half your life. You know, you're only like, you know, you could potentially have another half of life left in you. Do you know what I'm saying? At least. So I think you don't want to be spending the rest of your future years having this bad experience. And I think you need to, if you can, give yourself some positive experiences about Christmas so that you no longer think, hi Paula, hello. So that you no longer feel negative about Christmas. Do you see what I mean? I think I might be good if you could do that. I speak English. So that's what I say, Ray. If you can, then try and do something for yourself that would be a positive experience for you. And yeah, and try and put some positive memories in there, because obviously I understand about all the stuff. I mean, but at the end of the day, if you don't want to think about anything, just watch movies all day. You know, if that makes, because I like, you know, like if I'm feeling a bit down, I will just stick movies on and literally watch them back. I get popcorn sometimes, get myself some popcorn, get myself some nice foods that I enjoy, and I'll just literally watch back to back movies, like one movie, then the next, and I'll just have nice food and drink and not do anything but watch movies all day. So maybe like, because you've got like 2,000 movies, put some movies on and just escape into the movie zone. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's an idea as well. But yeah, Sam's offered to message you, so that'll be really good. Like I often usually get some time to message people at Christmas, to wish them happy Christmas, but I am with my parents quite a bit as well. Think of watching Star Wars, Ray. Yeah, I mean, you've got 2,000 videos there. That's what I'd say. Like, you know, if you don't want to think about anything, just bury yourself in movies all day. Sit with your dogs. Do you know what I mean? But you said you like doing shooting, don't you, on Christmas? You know, you like shooting arrows and stuff like that. So I'm sorry you've had such a bad experience at Christmas. I do apologise for everything you've gone through. Do you know what I mean? I just hope that you can put some good memories your way, so that you don't hate having negative experiences, that you have positive ones going forward. I liked the live. Send save to me. The all the live streams I do are on my channel. So if you want to save it, you would need to go on my channel and click the save button, and then create a category for what you want to save it under and save it to your channel. So I can't send a save to you. You go on after this live stream's finished, it will be on my channel. And then what you do is you go and you click on, there's usually a button that says click save. You click save on the save. You can save it to private or public. If you save it to public, anyone who comes on your channel will see my video, or you can see it privately, and you create a category and put it under that. Does that make sense? So that's what you need to do, Paula. Does that make sense? So anyone can save any videos and create their own playlist. So I do that sometimes. Sometimes I create playlists of different pop videos, of different videos from the 1990s if I like certain types of music. Sometimes I create them out of certain topics. I've got playlists created out of my own videos as well, like dating, asexual dating playlists and stuff like that. So you can always go to any channel, click the save, and literally you can save the videos under whatever category you want, and you just keep adding to it. When you then pop up another video, you just click it again. I try to, Sandra. Yeah, Heather, you can rate instead of try. Yeah, Heather's saying you can instead of try. Yeah, we've kind of got to have the mindset in life that instead of I'll try, I will do that. I'm determined to do that. That's what you got to do. So I was saying, to someone who suffers with anxiety today, right? They were going to attend the meetup and they can't come now because they said they were too anxious. And they did tell me they suffer with anxiety before. So I'm like, okay, this was the person that wasn't going to come originally. Then they decided to, then they changed their mind again, which can happen with some people who've got anxiety. And I was explaining that, that you have to just do things in your life, even though anxiety preys on fear. It needs fear to live. The more you fear, the more anxiety grows and stays with you, and it's sustaining your anxiety. So in order to combat anxiety, you have to do things that make you fearful, which is the opposite of what you want to do. But you have to stare fear in the eye, basically. You have to do things that make you anxious in order to get used to those things, to stop you being anxious over them. And you have to make yourself do things, not try, but do it. You know what I mean? Because try means you could get out of it. You have to promise yourself and go do it. So when I go clubbing, right, even though I love dancing, right, I love dancing. I love going to the club. I love being around younger guys, especially Indian. Every time I go clubbing, I get anxious. I still get anxious now. I'll be anxious, I'm going out later at night. I'm fine once I get there and I've gone on the stage bit. But basically, so what I do is I put a lot of positive stuff in my brain. I put okay, I'm safe. I can look after myself. You're safe, Sandra. Look after yourself. You've been looking after yourself for years. You're really streetwise. You've got your wits about you. You've got your guard about you. You're streetwise. You can look after yourself. You are going to go out. I'm going to make you go out. I'm going to push you to go out. You're going out the door now. And I'm coaching myself all the time. I'm getting my stuff out. I'm like, oh my God, I've got to go out really nervous and anxious. And I'll say to myself, you may be nervous. You may be anxious, but you're still going out. And I'll be like, but I'm nervous, but you're still going out. You're going out. You promised yourself. You don't let yourself down. You're going out. That's it. End of story. But no buts. You're going out. I've told you. Come on. And I'll talk to myself. I'll say, come on. You now need to put waters in your bag, snacks in your bag, because I get low blood sugar. So I have to have snacks with me. And what else do you need to take? Right. You need to put perfume on. Put perfume on. Right. Do you want to put makeup on? Put makeup on. Right. So, and I'm talking to myself constantly like this, coaching myself out loud. And then when I'm going out the door, up the street, I'm saying, I'm safe. I'm safe. I can look after myself. I'm safe. I can look after myself. And I was telling this guy in the text about this. So, and then when I go to the club, right, when I get in there, I put myself on the stage bit, right? Which might sound really weird. Like, if you're so anxious, why go on the stage bit? Because that is the highest bit of the whole place, right? If you put yourself on the highest bit of the whole place, it means you are in a more powerful position psychologically and in terms of height than the other people around you, unless they're on the stage with you, right? So if I'm on the stage bit rather than down on the dance floor, I'm on the stage bit dancing. I dance in front of everyone on my own sometimes, right? Well, a lot of the time in front of sometimes. Last time I was the only one dancing, right? So so I'll be like, I'll be literally dancing on the stage bit, but psychologically it's better because I'm higher up than people. So I'm in a more powerful position. Do you see what I mean? I'm not playing small, I'm not down, I'm higher. So theoretically, psychologically, it makes me in a more powerful position. And so it's better for me, anxiety-wise. I'd rather be up there on the stage than down there on the floor the majority of the time. So, that might sound weird, but I've been like that all my life. Even when I go to events, sometimes I'm like, I'd rather be up there on the stage. I'd rather be the first one up there. Do you know what I mean? And so, you have to do stuff to help yourself. Like with anxiety, you have to help yourself. You have to face your fears. You have to do stuff that make you anxious on purpose in order to overcome the anxiety. It doesn't matter whether I go out or I don't. I'm still going to be anxious, and don't want to live behind closed doors all the time, having anxiety and not being able to go out. So I will literally talk to myself and coach myself the whole time. And it's very important that you do that in life, and that you face your fears sometimes, and that you put, you get to a stage where the gain's more than the pain. So obviously, if my anxiety was so bad and I got there and it was horrible and I hated the whole experience, then I wouldn't go again, because the pain of going there would exacerbate my anxiety and make it worse. So therefore, it would be a more painful experience for me to go there. So what I would need to do is obviously leave usually. But if being there when I get there, I'm enjoying myself and feeling so good and euphoric and wonderful and happy and relaxed in the long term, when I'm there and dancing, having such a good time, that outweighs all the anxiety. It's worth it to me because I enjoy dancing so much. It's like when I went to Disneyland Paris, right? I was scared because it was when the terrorist attacks were on, the French president was being elected. And it was the worst time possible to go because, it's like there could be more terrorist attack. And it was in Paris, and I was going to Disneyland Paris on the day the French president was meant to be being elected. But the security guards, they had guns and they were on their highest ever alert, security-wise, because of this. So there's more security staff there, more people being aware. So in other words, that was a benefit of going, a positive that time. But I knew I'd been before to Disneyland, so the pain and of anxiety of working my way up to going there was not as high as the pleasure I was going to get when I was going there. So when the pleasure's higher than the pain, you'll do it. When the pain's higher than the pleasure, you won't. Does that make sense? So yeah. Right. Words are more powerful than you think. Heather, yeah, words are very, very much more powerful than you think. Right. Two people on my channel have been rude. So but luckily my settings have gone in. So I'm just going to hide all that because it's decided to. I don't know I can't read what they're saying apart from the bad foul language and the nude stuff and all that lot. So yeah, that's my I have my settings on YouTube to withhold certain information. And so when there's words that come up that might be to do with sex and disgusting stuff to do that, it's held for moderation. So I can choose to show it or not show it. And they hide it. My YouTube channel automatically hides comments like that. So it was good because obviously I was busy talking. I couldn't see all the chat, but luckily it hid most of it from you. because this channel is about asexuality, as in we don't want sex. The majority of us, you know what I mean? So I don't want to be dealing with stuff like that. But yeah, that's a good thing about YouTube. If you set certain settings, it does filter things out automatically, because I like, you know. But yeah, so anyway, Ray, I want you to be happy at Christmas, whatever. So but I just think it's a good idea. If it, you know, what I fear for you is that, you know, the years to come, I don't want you to be having this experience for the rest of your life. I want you to, you know, like, have a good positive experience at Christmas, whatever it takes to do that. You know, find out what it would like, have a think about what would be really good, what would make you really happy at Christmas, you know. It's really important. It's really, really important. So yeah, really, really important. And you know, I hope it's a good experience, better experience for you this year, because it's, you know, there are other people that feel like you, obviously. But I just think whatever happens, if you can put a positive experience and make something positive out negative, it's good, you know. Because obviously, you know, things hold memories as well. Like I say, get rid of things if they hold certain memories. But you know, like even if I get rid of loads of stuff, like if I get rid of loads of stuff that my ex gave me, it's good because I'm getting rid of negative energy. But if I still have the memories, then it doesn't take the memories away just by getting rid of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Because the memories are still in my mind. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fortunate. I talk about my ex a lot on this channel. Makes me dream about him still. So I don't want to dream about my ex. That's the last thing I want. But I do dream about him quite a lot because I'm always talking about him on this channel. And it's just sad and difficult for me that I only have him to talk about most of the time, because he's the one that I did have sex with the most. And I have to use that experience with him to help you guys out, the people who watch my channel, for you to understand certain things, or for me to explain certain concepts and how things were, because I spent like 8.5 years. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't, you know, like, it isn't just all a race. And if I didn't talk about him at all, then I wouldn't be able to share some of my experiences, asexual versus sexual experiences. So it's difficult, but you know what I mean? Because the last thing I want to be doing is dreaming about my ex, but it does, because obviously I'm talking about it all the time. It's one of the worst things you can do, actually. It's better not to talk about it. But I do it because if I didn't, I couldn't share a lot of the things I do, because I did them when I was with him. Buy funky socks, Ray. Laugh out loud, Sam. Buy funky socks, Ray. That's funny. Yeah. So I just think, you know, like, try and have positive experiences. Whatever happens in your life, try and have positive experiences and turn the negative into positive, because you owe it to yourself to do that. Because the last thing you want to be doing is suffering yourself after those people don't even give a toss. Do you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people in my past, they don't care. They couldn't care less about what happens to me. It's irrelevant. So the only person that's suffering is me, not them. You know, like, they don't care. It doesn't bother them. So I have to look after myself and think about myself and care about me enough to put positive memories my way, to do good things. That's why I love self-dating. I love going to different places. I love, now I've got friends as well that I can go to places with, because it all puts new memories in there, you know? Like I said, now this top I love, because I always think, oh, me and Sam had such a good time seeing the Disney on Ice show. That it's so fun and great. It's just wonderful, and it makes me really excited. And I think about Disneyland Paris a lot more now, and you know, it's all good. So, you know, whatever happens in life, you know, it happens for a reason. I mean, I couldn't even talk about Chestnut, my guinea pig, last year dying. I couldn't talk about her for 3 months without getting upset. Now I can talk about it because I believe her death happened for a reason. I have made it in my mind, so it had to happen for a reason. And after the investigation into what actually happened, I had to accept it and make peace. After they had an investigation of what happened when she bled to death, you know, it's still hard. It's a horrible thing to have happened to her, and I still do wish she was here. But I believe everything happens for a reason. I believe she died to help me out in some way. I just believe that happened. So I've got to honour her death by looking after me better and doing things for my future career more and stuff like that. So I've switched it around in my mind now, and I'm happier that way. I had a dream with Chestnut in it the other day as well, the first one, and that was last month, because she died a year ago last month, and it was weird. Like, was it a week or so later? And I had a dream, and she was in the I was so happy to see her in my dream. She was in a fridge, like stood in the fridge eating spinach. Like, it was it's weird because it wasn't a normal fridge. It was like part of the furniture, and it was like the door was pulled back. This wooden door was pulled back, so it was open, but it was like a fridge that had been built into the furniture, not a normal standalone fridge. And the door was pulled back, and she stood there chomping spinach, just looking at me. But she didn't look younger. Normally, if animals if animals and people, well, particularly people, I don't know if you know this, but if you believe in the afterlife, when people die, they usually go back to a younger version of themselves. I don't know if you knew this. I'm talking about death now because obviously it's come up in conversation. But when someone dies, they usually go back to a younger version. Like, they will look like 20 or 30 years younger than when they actually died. I don't know if you knew that about death. I know quite a few things. And but Chestnut looked the same as before she died. She didn't look any different. She didn't look younger. So, but I think it usually happens with animals as well. It does definitely happen with the humans. Maybe not so much with animals, but yeah. But I was surprised to see her, and I was like, oh, she's okay. That's cool. Even though she's not alive in body anymore down here, she's still there in spirit. And she was looking at me right in the eyes, just munching spinach. I'm like, oh, you're good. You're okay. That's good. I'm happy now I've seen you. So, you know what I mean? It was interesting. It's very, very interesting. And luckily the fridge door wasn't closed, because I thought you'd freeze to death if the fridge door was closed. It was open. It's like concertinaed back in wood, like a sideboard. It's very unusual. But yeah, so I was happy to see her. So yeah, I think it's really important, whatever bad experience you've had, is to not suffer in the future, and to just try and change your mindset around. Like, I think now everything happens for a reason, because if I hadn't had abuse in the past, I couldn't help other people avoid getting abused. You know, like, I couldn't, like, I know I've been abused by narcissistic people. If I hadn't have had that abuse, I couldn't spot a narcissist. I wouldn't know what one looked like. I wouldn't even have heard of a narcissist. But now I sometimes do videos on this channel about a narcissist and what to look for, because I've had abusive partners and I've done a pattern changing course for 3 months. I can then do courses and stuff in the future, for example, or books teaching people how to avoid getting into abusive relationships. If I hadn't had that happen to me, I wouldn't be able to help other people. So that's why it had to happen to me, even though I wished it never did. But if I hadn't had that experience, I wouldn't be able to help other people. The only way you can help other people properly is by having those experiences yourself, in my opinion. But there's some counsellors, and they haven't experienced that stuff. I've had counsellors, one particular one, she was supposed to be counselling me for anxiety, and I'd got over depression myself. When she was counselling me, I started to feel depressed again. I started to feel myself going to slip back into depression because of something that I said to her when I was trying to say a mistake I made, and she was making me feel so bad about it. And she was getting stuff off the internet for anxiety. It's like I could do that myself. And I thought, you're just not a person who's been anxious yourself or even been depressed, because if you were, you would not be speaking to me like this. If you had an anxiety yourself, you would not be saying this stuff to me, because it's just making me worse. I had to quit and leave for my own good, you know. And sometimes that's powerful, you know, leaving a counsellor behind, saying I've had enough, I can look after myself better, is a powerful thing, you know, to do. Can't always do that. I've had counselling for years. Don't think I haven't. And therapy, I still think it's good to get some when you need it. I really do. You know, it helps you out. It's good to talk to someone. And if you feel lonely, it's good. You know, call the Samaritans. You know, there's always the Samaritans there to talk to. You know, even at Christmas, it's very, very important. Or in other countries, they're called befrienders.org as well. They have, but I think they have limited phone times. But Samaritans are in the UK. They are there all year round. They work, so you've always got someone to talk to and phone. You know, if you're feeling lonely or suicidal, always talk to someone. You know, go and see a therapist, go and see a counsellor. You know, and maybe that's what you need to do. You know, if you haven't done that before, maybe you need to have some therapy, even as an adult. You know, some counselling or therapy is good. You know, maybe you should be paying for that once a month for yourself or something. You know, and have some therapy. You know, because you've probably got post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD from your experiences. And it's important that everyone gets some help. You know, you can't always do everything on your own. You know, there's no there's no reason why you can't have some therapy or see a counsellor, like once a month for yourself or more if you need to. It's really important. I mean, sometimes you can get counselling on the NHS for free. You go to your doctor, there is quite a long waiting list, so usually. But you can also pay for it privately as well. But it's worth doing, because if you still got a lot of past stuff, which I understand you would still have, rather than spending the rest of the next of your 40 or 50 years on this planet in a lot of pain because of your past, when it's not your fault, it was their fault, and you shouldn't be suffering of what they did. Because I mean, when we suffer from our past, we tend to give power to the people that made us suffer. So in a way, we're keeping their suffering alive and not freeing ourselves of it, because they don't care, these people who make you suffer, these people who abuse you, they don't give a shite, excuse my language. So the only people that's left hurting and pain is the people that were at the end of it, which was us. So the best thing to do is to try and find some way of overcoming that and looking at it as, well, I mean, it's quite shocking to think about, well, it had to happen. Like, I've changed my mind now. It's the first time, before Christmas last year, I watched a spiritual entrepreneur, and he said, you've got to reframe the past as it was meant to happen. Because I had bad experiences when I was a child of being lonely and having no friends and being bullied. But it said, on this channel, you need to reframe the past as it was meant to happen. You chose it. And I'm like, what the hell? Because she obviously, it's like, you didn't choose to be abused or you didn't choose to be bullied. But it's all about reframing your mind to well, it's the spiritual path that was chosen by you, in your spiritual realm before you became this body. And you had to live this journey so that you could get to where you are now to help other people go through, help other people through what you went through. So that's why I'm able to help other people on this channel to try and avoid some of the abusive situations that I've been in. Or with anxiety, I understand anxiety hugely. I mean, I could write a course or book on that alone, do you know what I mean? Of all the techniques, I've explained a lot of the techniques I use at the nightclub, which I haven't gone through before with you. There's a lot of techniques I use to cope with anxiety as an adult, and to lower it and to push through my fears constantly, Oh, you're once a week seeing them. That's good. That's good. I want to hear her say, do funky things in a good way. Did she smile at you with a sparkle in her eye? Who? Chestnut you were talking about, weren't you? Chestnut Chestnut had the most gorgeous eyes I've ever seen in my life. So she just looked at me normally in the eyes and munched her spinach like, I'm just eating spinach here. Let me carry on eating it. But yeah, I have a fear of eyes usually. I don't like staring eyes. I can't even look at my own in the mirror. I don't like making direct eye contact very easy with people. I do it sometimes, but I feel so awkward doing it. It's supposed to be really good communication, body language skills, but I always hate it. I've never liked it. And even if I try, I feel like I'm intruding. There's space when I do that. It's really weird. I don't feel comfortable. I don't think I'll ever feel comfortable doing that, but sometimes I do it, but I just feel weird. It's like I'm consciously doing it and I feel weird, like I'm intruding in their eyes or something. But I have a fear of staring eyes. So I usually don't like eyes in general, even my own, if I look in the mirror. But not because I don't think I've got bad eyes, but just because I don't like staring eyes. And if you look in the mirror, it looks like they're staring at you. But Chestnuts is the only eyes that I've ever loved. I absolutely love looking in her eyes and at her eyes. They're the only eyes I've ever loved looking at. So beautiful eyes. I could look at them all day. And that is weird for me. So yeah, she was looking at me in the eyes. But yeah. Anyway, I think I better park that there so I don't actually start getting upset. But it was nice to see her. Oh, you're seeing someone once a week. That's good, Ray. It's very important that you do. It's very important you do, because you have had, I mean, I know the stuff you went through is horrendous. All the stuff you've been through, a lot more than you obviously mentioned here, which I won't say. But it's horrendous stuff, and so I understand that it's very, very difficult for you. I just don't want you to spend the next rest of your life suffering because of these people that don't care anymore. Do you know what I mean? I want you to put positive experiences your way and a positive life your way and think this is your life now, not the past. And you've got a fresh start. You know, you've got your own house, which is a really lovely house. You've got, you know, you do voluntary work, which helps save animals' lives. You're very good at archery. You're winning competitions. You know, you won a rifle. You know, it's amazing what you do. You do a lot of good stuff. You have to look at all the positive stuff. It's really important. I had a hard time looking into people's eyes when I communicated when I was younger. Oh, Sam, I'm not good with eye contact. Yeah, I just find it really uncomfortable. Like, I don't like it. I don't, you know, I feel like I'm just purposely doing it. And it's like, I'm like looking at someone like this, and it's like, I'm actually forcing myself to look at you, and I feel really, really uncomfortable. And it's like, that's enough. I feel like I'm staring at them. I know I'm not exactly staring at them because there's a big difference, but, well, I say there's a big difference, but it feels like that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly, Sam. It feels intrusive. I feel like I'm intruding. I do feel like I'm intruding. It's really, really weird. I'm glad you think the same because I feel like that, you know? I mean, I'd rather flick on their eyes and flick off, like look at their eyes and flick off their eyes and look at their eyes and flick off their eyes like this. I'd rather do that, but that's supposed to be dodgy behaviour. It's supposed to mean you're like not being completely honest sometimes when you do that. Do you know what I mean? But it's kind of like I'd rather like flick it. Well, if you look to the left, what is it? If you look one way, you're supposed to be being untruthful. If you look the other way in body language, you're supposed to be being truthful. Can't remember whether it's left or right. Which one's your creative side? Creative side's right brain, isn't it? I think right brain, left brain stuff. Intimate moment, yeah. I mean, obviously, if I got a boyfriend, I often close my eyes to kiss. So I have kissed with my eyes open, though. Apparently, that's very rare to get someone to kiss with your eyes open. It's very, very rare. Very rare. Most people kiss with eyes closed, but I've done both. I can't open my eyes in the middle of kissing someone. It's quite an unusual experience, actually, but most of the time I close my eyes. Most of the time I close my eyes. So, but yeah, I feel like it feels intrusive. I feel like I'm putting on them. Do you know what I mean? I feel like weird. I feel like, you know, like it's, yeah, like you said, Heather, it's too intimate. How do you kiss with the eyes open? Laugh out loud. Oh, I keep forgetting I've got no water. My water's in the kitchen with there's presents all at the door. I have to go in a minute, I think. How do I kiss with my eyes open? I just open them. After a while, I'm like kissing, and I'm just think, open your eyes. And when you open your eyes, there's a nose there usually, bit of hair there, and that's what you can see like this bit. And I close them again. Oh, Heather, it would freak me out. It's a skill, you see. I like to be skilled in many different areas. I don't do it very often, but I have done it. And you can see the person's you can usually see this bit of their face, like this hair and this bit here. Because you're like this usually kissing. So then how is it? So then so you're at an angle. When you kiss, most people kiss at an angle. I don't know if you knew that. But when you're kissing, usually it's an at angle, right? So the woman usually kisses this way, I think. The guy usually kisses that way. So a woman's here, the guy's here kissing, usually. And if I open my eyes, I'm obviously seeing like the top part of his nose and it's a bit of his hair. And then I'll close my eyes again. But yeah. Same here, Heather. I freak you out. Yeah, apparently people can't do that. What can I say? It's another talent and skill I have. It's another cross my eyes when I would kiss, laugh out loud. Oh yeah, sometimes I like when I was with Andy, my friend, the other day in Nando's. I kept crossing my eyes on purpose because I just had a funny 5 minutes. I was like, I just kept doing that because I was just having fun. I'm like, all of a sudden, I just want to cross my eyes. I was like, I didn't make those noises, but I just kept crossing them like this. I just thought it was funny. It's making me chuckle thinking about it. What, the cross eyes or the kissing with my eyes open? Which one's making you chuckle? Or with me going like this to Andy, and he's like, "What are you doing that for?" I'm like, "I don't know. I just feel like doing it." But yeah, so I can kiss my eyes open a bit. It's the eyes open, then the cross eyes as well. I don't cross my eyes with the guy, but yeah, I was doing cross eyes to Andy. He was like, "Why are you doing that?" I said, "I don't know. I just feel like doing it because I'm having fun." So I'm just crossing my eyes because I just decided to do it. Woohoo! So yeah, but yeah, I can kiss my eyes open just for a little bit. I don't do it very long. It's kind of like I open my eyes, but I think, oh, I'll open my eyes, I'll close my eyes again. But yeah, I can see it. It's quite funny. Like you can just see the part, like the guy's part of his nose up here, bit of his hair. So yeah, what can I say? Another skill and talent you didn't know I had. That's what I do. I look at all these things as skills and talents because I know not many people can do them. Do you know what I mean? There's certain things I can do that other people can't do, and I'm like, even if it is like no one would probably really want to do it anyway. Do you know what I mean? There's many people that probably would never ever want to kiss with their eyes open because I was reading an article about kissing and it did say in there people, or was it article? Was it a YouTube video? It might have been a YouTube video. Oh yeah, I think it was a YouTube video, and they were on about dating, and they said, "Oh, it's like when you kiss with your eyes open. You just would never do it because it make you so uncomfortable and yuck." And I was thinking to myself, "Well, I can do that." So probably likely I'm one of the few people in the world that can do that. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, that's made me feel really happy now that I've got this talent and skill that no one else can do. You should do the cross eyes with scotch tape and make funny noises with tape. Oh god, I wouldn't like my mouth taped, Heather. Um yeah, I know what you're saying. It would look funny, but I wouldn't take my mouth up. I'd hate that type of thing. One of my nostrils, I had an accident with years ago, which I haven't mentioned on this channel, I don't think ever. See, I've always got new stuff to mention on this channel, if you noticed. I don't know where I get all this information from. But I had an accident on my nose years ago. I fell on my nose and I had to call for an ambulance because there's blood coming out of it. I could barely see out of my eyes. Like, I nearly, like the whole, everything was grey. And I remember being on the phone to my boyfriend at the time, and then I phoned from an ambulance, and like I was like, I felt like my blood pressure was dropping rapidly. I felt so dizzy, and I couldn't see out my eyes properly because it crushed it here. I couldn't see out my eyes properly. There was blood coming. It was on some steps. I tripped up some steps, stone steps for the quayside. And I went smack and landed on my nose. And actually, what happened was they X-rayed it, and they said they can't see any big bones broken at the hospital because I ended up in an ambulance going to hospital. But they said you might have some little bones that are broken, but that you can't see them. But I did damage the cartilage in my nose, so one of my nostrils I can't breathe completely through normally because there's the cartilage in the nostril comes further inwards. If you look up I mean, I'm not really don't really think you want to see my nostrils, but if you look at one of my nostrils, I look at it closely, which most people don't usually do. The cartilage goes in, it bends inwards, and so it sticks inwards, so it comes into the nostril, which means if I've got flu or really bad cold, I can't breathe properly out that nostril because I haven't got full capacity in breathing. So, and the only way, if I wanted to change it and have it not like that anymore, I'd have to have surgery to physically bend it back. I'm not having surgery on my nose because I've still got a lot of, breathing space in there, but, you can clearly see it damaged the cartilage. So, I don't, and I don't like doing anything with like tape like that, taping my mouth up. It kind of reminds me of BDSM stuff. And I'm not into BDSM stuff, but I know it's only meant to be a joke, like putting tape. And also the tape over your mouth, not being funny, it would hurt. If you put that on your lips, it would rip the skin of your lips off. It would be absolutely horrible. It'd rip the skin of your lips off and make them really probably bleed. It's not a good idea. But thank you for the suggestion. Suggestions on this channel are always welcome, even if I don't want to do them or agree with them. Some I'll agree with, but not all of them. But yeah, because I like people to just be their authentic self and say what they think. So it's an interesting thing. But yeah, that wouldn't be for me. But thank you for the suggestion. So anyway, I think I've talked enough on this channel tonight. If you like this video, I'd love it if you gave it a thumbs up. It's really, 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 really nice to have you here. I know there's 2 people already that give me thumbs up, so I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, I mean, the main point of this video, just to recap before I go off, was asexual Christmas versus sexual Christmas, or sexual Christmas versus asexual Christmas. And the point I was trying to make in the beginning of this video is, in my past, I used to be with a heterosexual guy, and therefore one of the favourite times to have sex was Christmas, and he wanted me to do that and expected me to do that every single Christmas. It's like, oh, Christmas, great, it's our time to have sex. Which, you know what I mean? I'm not into having sex these days, or I wasn't really into it then. I'd rather have been doing other stuff. So obviously a sexual Christmas usually involves sex, and probably more than once. And then an asexual Christmas, like for me, I mean, some asexuals do have sex, so don't get me wrong. This isn't true for every asexual, but an asexual Christmas, you know, in general, is one that doesn't involve any sex. You don't have to do any sex. You know, I can be with my family, cuddle my guinea pig, and have a great time without worrying about like what I look like in the nod, without worrying about sex or getting pregnant and taking precautions, obviously, but precautions don't always work, you know, and all that stuff. I don't have all that sexual stuff to worry about. Oh, getting dressed up in outfits so my guy can like find me more attractive and have sex. Ugh. So yes, that's basically the main difference. I see it in my experience, in my personal experience. Christmas with a sexual means they like and want sex, presents and sex. Christmas as an asexual without sex means it's great. Presents, family, guinea pig cuddling, which is my furry kid, and just generally relaxing and being me and not having to worry about all that rubbish. Valentine's Day was the worst. I like Valentine's Day, actually. But yeah. Yes, Valentine's Day, they do usually want sex on that day as well. I can't remember. I remember it was more Christmas with my ex. I remember sex particularly was a very, 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 very big deal with my ex at Christmas. It was like he looked forward to it so much because he knew Christmas meant sex, presents and sex. So that was one of his delights of Christmas. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, okay. But yeah, so I guess you've experienced sex at some point, Heather, if you're saying Valentine's Day was the worst in your past. But yeah, so yes. Anyway, I'd much rather live the asexual life and be completely sex-free and not have any sex in my life ever again, not have to worry about pregnancy or STDs. I mean, obviously I was with the one partner for a very long time, so I wasn't so worried about STDs, but and I thought he was being faithful to me. I trusted that, you know. But it's always good to get checked out, even if you got a partner, right? Which I did afterwards anyway, when we split. So anyway, it's been lovely to have you here, and I much prefer the asexual life and an asexual Christmas where I don't have to think about sex, don't have to do it, don't have to take part in it, don't do it, don't take part in it. I'm really, really happy, and I can cuddle my furry kid and be very happy. So thank you so much, Sam. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Ray. Thank you to everyone else that's tuned in tonight. Really, really appreciate you being here. Love you to bits. I've been on this chat for now 2 hours and 22 minutes, so it's really good. And oh, a stream. Thank you, Sam. I really appreciate it. Ray, sending you a lot of love. I hope you're feeling better soon. Sending lots of love to her and Sam and everyone. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like it. And if you haven't already subscribed, hit the great big subscribe button down below, right here, right now. Hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live right now, post a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you love it. And until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's. And I love you all dearly. And I'm so happy that you're all here. Thank you so much. I love you to bits. Take care. Bye. See you again.